love this place!
Hey, man, is that
Double D?
Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening the refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren, right?
Rada speaks to you.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement. Which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
I'll put the seed in your head when you listen to my videos, and no matter how much you want to disagree with me, when you leave my video, you will encounter what I'm saying. The seed will affect your mind. See, that's the problem with the seed when I'm putting it in your mind.
I am personally doing NoFap because right now I'm also doing semen retention.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
What's this?
What's this? It's the jacket.
The jacket.
The jacket.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Otisburg? Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg? It's a little bitty place. Otisburg? Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town. Yep.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
10, 5, 4, 3. Great sandwich!
Thank you. I enjoyed having you here. You're a very good co-host.
Man, your sinewy muscles are just ripped. And look how your gleaming sweat just comes off your golden body, and the women are just looking the same, and all of them want
Double D. Hello. I see Phaeton already cursed us. Said what technical difficulties, and sure enough, the Rumble stream won't go on. Oh wait, I know why. I think I know why. Hold on 1 second, boys and girls. I think I got something here. Rumble can be a little finicky at times.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
There we go. We got it. You guys on Rumble just missed the intro. How's everybody doing? Good Lord, we got already.
I'll sum up the intro. It's the jacket.
It's the jacket.
Richie Aprile.
Hope everyone's. It looks like we got a lot of the old familiar face. Authoritative News Network is here. I did not need to hear about Condor's habits. Well, yeah. None of us asked for it, but you're going to learn about it one way or the other. Let's see. Surly's here. Shadow and Sun, good to see you. Snake Oil Sean, of course. Jeff from Denkar. Overkill. Yep. Erad. Adino. Laranjeco from Brazil. Surly. Nixit.
Evan's the one that jinxed us.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Great Gold Worm. Good to see you. Travis is here. Thank you. Travis gave me a couple heads up, over the last day or so. So thank you, Travis. Some of the stuff we're going to talk about. Oh, Harmony Ginger was here earlier. I don't know if Harmony's still here. She may have tuned us out. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe next week it can be like a guest show. I'll try to see if I can get Cal on. This week is bad. My son is getting married on Saturday. So a lot of things have been kind of slipping through my mind as we got new countertops, new granite countertops. Look beautiful, but pain in the ass. I had to take the old ones out, hook up the plumbing and all that shit. So it just was not a good week.
You know who you need? Schneider.
That's right. Yeah. Rogan is our Schneider, is he not?
It's ironic because I did some work on our bathroom sink a handful of days ago, and I tore apart the dryer too.
That's right. I did a stream over at the park. It's just an impromptu stream. Gets got twice as many views as like a normal episode of the Lair.
I did a little bit of research, and I think I know why.
Go ahead.
Do you want me to do it on air?
Oh, is it embarrassing to me?
No.
Okay. Use your discretion.
It's short.
Yeah,
so
that's
if
true.
You're looking, and it's like it was an hour and like 10 minutes or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these go past 3.
That's true.
There you go.
This is true. Yeah, we do.
Maybe they just wanted to see. Like, remember MTV used to do MTV Unplugged?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Mariah. I mean, all the big stars did it at some point.
Yeah.
It was like Double D Unplugged.
Never looked at it that way, but yeah, a lot of congratulations in the chat. Thank you guys very much. Yeah, it's my son. He's a good man. Marrying a very good woman, and
Sydney's very nice.
Yeah,
she's very nice.
She is. Yeah, and I expect at this time next year, I half expect to be a grandfather. the way they're talking, they want to get right into the kid business.
That's awesome.
Which is going to be fine with me and Mrs. D.
I think, it's funny that, you're talking about this, and we talked about a while ago as far as for when he would go around the table at nighttime to say goodnight to everybody who was just a little tyke.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was awesome.
I said to Mrs. Mouse yesterday, because our daughter's graduating high school on Sunday, and this will be our first one, and the next year we have our boy is graduating. But Mrs. Mouse was getting all misty at the end of the night, and I said, well, what's going on? And she just was saying like that she's starting to feel old and all this other stuff. And I said, I can't lie, Mrs. Mouse. I honestly don't feel like I'm getting any older at all. I actually said, I just feel like our kids are catching up to us.
That's the way to look at it. Yeah.
And I honestly feel that way.
I like that. Yeah.
Mrs. Mouse was not buying it on her end. She flat out felt like she's just getting old. So,
no. I mean, I have thoughts on that. But first, Dr. Yordius Papers, $5. Good to see you, my friend. Dude, what's up? Love the channel, the content, and all the ball busting. Keep it up. Give him hell. We will do our best, sir. Thank you very much.
Hell was
that's a hell of a name.
Well, Yordius Papers 2020. Give him hell was like a slogan of some battle around here, wasn't it?
Give him hell.
Yeah, wasn't that like
Matt
Anthony?
Yeah, that might have been.
Yeah.
Boiled his bones, his ghost. Oh, Mercurius. Man, this guy is consistent, man.
Dude.
He's like a 300 hitter. You know what I mean? By the way, did you hear they're including Negro
which
League
300 hitters don't mean anything anymore.
Exactly.
You got to hit 490 now to be like, oh, that guy was pretty good.
He played 80 games against, look, I'm saying put him in the Hall of Fame. That's fine. But the stats
count?
Give me a freaking break. Yeah, the Negro League stats are now going to count. So Ty Cobb is no longer the Major League batting champ.
Right,
yeah,
right.
And that's pretty much why they did it, because they have this. Ty Cobb, if anybody has suffered like reputation trashing after his death, it's him. Like all that stuff about him, like 99% of it is not true. I read a good biography of him. Good Lord. I mean,
I'm 1,000,000% in favor of the Negro Leagues in the Hall of Fame and recognizing them. Their stats count?
Come on.
I don't know, man. Our church pickup league game's gonna,
Yes.
our Rucker game's gonna count for the NBA stats now. Like I've seen Durant go for 50 at the Rucker League. Are they gonna start counting that stuff?
Satahara O is the new home run
hitter.
champ. Yeah.
So
Thank you, Mercurius, by the way.
Disagree with that.
Yeah. So yeah, I know we probably lost half the chat because we're talking
Sports ball.
baseball. Dun. All right, let's get into it.
I know what I want to get into first, but it might not be your first.
Oh, the
ice cream girl.
Yeah, the ice cream girl. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. Oops.
Give us 40 seconds of your time.
Yeah, give us 40s. All right. I think I can do this with the display capture. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. So these guys are let's see here. All right. So we know what's happening again, right? See,
You got too much opened up. Maybe you just skip
No,
it.
I actually don't. I mean, the only thing I've opened up is the chat. So, Thetan, thank you very much for. Thank you very much, sir. So we'll get to it when it reappears.
I was a ringer in Little League. Does that count? Says Nixit.
Yeah, pretty much.
ANN says I batted 1,000. No one was there. Just trust me, bro. We trust you. Hall of Fame.
All right, so let's
Here's
put
the
this
technical difficulties they then predicted.
Oh, I'm prepared. I'm prepared. It's just it's like I need to set up the videos ahead of time, I think. And I still don't know what's going on there because really it's like one thing is open. Did you see this? Women are wearing a safety layer over their outfits in public to deter quote-unquote creepy men, with many labeling it sad but necessary. Leave it to Gen Z and millennials to rediscover modesty.
This wasn't very,
not dressing like a.
This wasn't very recent.
Yeah. I came up on Twitter. Yeah, May 2023. You still see the same arguments here, but I mean, what's look on the one on the right. Would you want your wife to go out like that?
Was she at the Starbucks?
It looks like it. Looks like she's
or
in
somewhere
public,
like that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think women in general could use a little less of that sort of stuff.
I guess I'm shocked why she went out like that in the first place if she didn't want to keep looking like that all day.
Yeah.
So you already knew you had a t-shirt with you.
Yeah.
This could open up a huge debate.
I'm sick of almost. It's like you look at a woman and almost nod hey, it's do they think you're a creep now just because you acknowledged them? We're slowly getting to that point.
Oh no, we've gotten to that point.
Yeah.
Oh, dudes don't have a chance.
So these young guys are so effed. I mean, if you haven't bagged one and you're out there, these are the women on the market. Oof.
She belongs to the streets, says Overkill. I agree.
I mean, I don't know. Why would you think going out in public as you are on the right would not get you some looks? I mean, you're asking for it. I mean, so she's very very duplicitous.
Well, I mean,
she wants the looks, obviously.
She can afford them. She's a very attractive girl.
Yeah.
But she'd be just as attractive on the left,
Right.
All right, so a little modesty don't
She
hurt
wants some
nobody.
free Starbies.
All right, hold on one sec here. Let's check this out.
So I want to talk about why men of this generation are scared of women. And I think it has to do with a bunch of reasons, and I'm going to go into it. But number one, dating apps has made it so that men do not have to risk anything to go on a date with women. Back in the day, you used to have to at least go to a bar and risk rejection in front of your friends or embarrassment or any sort of thing like that. Now it's just guaranteed. Men can go on an app and just swipe, and if you match with them, they know that you at least have interest in them, so there's literally no risk. Second, I think that people having phones and girls always recording things definitely scares men because...
You think they're fake?
I think that's fake. I
Yeah,
just
it's
think
it's a put on.
it's too jiggly for her just talking that they're bouncing so much. I just think that's like...
Well, that's the thing with this chick. This is like with the most watched video on Twitter now, or X.
I have to be honest. I didn't hear a word she said.
That's what everybody's saying.
Sorry.
They're like, "Oh, come on."
I'm not sorry. I'm just.
The thing is, they are real. I have confirmed, but she is purposely jiggling.
Right.
She's like doing that subtle like jiggle.
Yeah, I disagree with what she's saying. I didn't hear it. I disagree.
The thing is, she's saying stuff that we would like normally like agree with.
Okay.
But in the same respect, this is the minefield that men have to go through. Like even the ones that agree with you, like she puts these in front of you, like skin tight shirt, obviously doing it. If somebody did like a montage or like a collage of all of these kind of videos where she's in a car, and you can tell she's doing this like up and down, like plain as day. And then of course she denied it. All right, let's give a little bit more red
They
meat.
always think that like a girl is going to record them and call them a creep. Men are so terrified of being called creeps. I think it's like one of the things that they fear the most. They never want to be that creepy guy, and now in this generation everything's recorded and put on TikTok, so they're scared about that. And the third reason I think men are scared of women is because they just don't have motivation due to pornography and things like that to even go on dates, and they're so scared of being like called a creep or getting like accused of something that it's easier for them to just say inside. I'm not saying this is an excuse, and men, you need to get out there and get over this, but I'm just explaining why I feel like men truly are scared of women in this generation.
Dudes are scared in this generation because, you know, if they're trying to reach out. Listen, 80% plus of the dudes don't rate with women. Period. Like a dude will take, using that 1 to 10 scale. Honestly, a guy out there, if you're just you're mildly attractive, a dude will go for a 4, a 5, a 3. But women, they want the 10, and that's like what percent of that?
It's been proven, I think, on dating apps that like,
I can't get that.
Yeah, I got it. Just it's been proven on dating apps that like most of the women are going, like 80% of the women are going after 10% of the men.
Yes.
Because they want the highest earners.
There's that app. They'll talk to girls in the street, and they'll be like, "What, give us your preferences." And they always say, "Oh, I don't care what race." And then they say they have to be 6'4". They have to make $200,000 a year. They have to do this, and this. And the guy will say, based on everything that you just gave me, your chance of finding someone compatible is 0.002%.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've heard the argument back with the guys saying, listen, you want the high value dude, but what are you offering this high value dude? Like, what do you have? Like, you want the top tier guy? What are you bringing to the table? Because you got attitude. You're pretty and you got attitude, but are you gonna be number one supportive? Are you gonna be the dude's safe space? Are you gonna be, when this dude comes and has a fucking shitty day, are you gonna be a soft place for him to land on? Or are you just gonna be a snarky bitch wanting take me out, buy another shopping bag, go out and buy me this, the dudes don't have a chance. And women, the small percentage of these women have a pretty twisted view askew.
For sure. Patrick Demo, $2. Thank you, sir. Poor girl, so close to being self-aware. So close, but
Yet
so
so
far,
far away.
Yeah, she does not. I saw her like interviewed. She knows exactly what she's doing. I think she has an OnlyFans. That's another thing too. All these girls, they all have OnlyFans, so they're all honeypots. Ay. So life was so much simpler when when we were young.
Yeah, when we didn't have smartphones. Smartphones made us stupid.
Yep. Yeah, Jeff Hatch, also try listening to a woman under 50 talk. Most of the shit they say about relationships, careers is asinine. Yeah. I mean, look, I at my work, there's a couple. I have a couple of younger, Gen Zs, and they're kind of normal. But there's also some others that I will kind of listen to their conversations. Yeah, and they're complete morons. So probably a healthy mix. But I think the percentage of lunatics is way, way higher in this new generation. All right. Let's get right into the meat of things, shall we? All right. So, we have 84, so great turnout. I know Nick Ricada news is all a glow right now. So maybe we'll do a quick reset of that later on. So in case anybody's sick of it, they can tune out. But it is a fascinating story, seeing as we just did the drunk stream he did, or the high stream, and so much has happened in 1 week. Oof. I was just like, oh man, poor Nick, he needs help. Now it's like so much shit. All right, so this is the Player's Handbook. Remember, we did the art critique of this. I thought there was plenty wrong with this. This should have been the cover. I believe same artist. Great. Probably his best work from what I've seen.
But there's no dragon on it. Do you know
No
what would be
dragon.
perfect? That photo, or that drawing right there, with a dragon behind him ready to breathe fire, and he's running for cover.
Yeah.
I can see why they want a dragon on the cover of a Dungeons and Dragons book.
And that would tell a story.
Maybe if he's not completely running, because you don't want your hero to be like, doing something that's. I mean, I know what you're saying. It would make sense. I don't know. Maybe he could have his shield back, like he's getting ready to like deflect the flames or something. Maybe, yeah. It's such a cool picture. Just I don't know. They could have really worked with this, but. All right, so this was also in there, and I'm not sure how much time we spent, but this is also in the Player's Handbook. And hey, Bloodworth, how you doing? Good to see you. You can see the nod here to the cartoon. It's like, okay, the cartoon is getting a lot of it's getting like a lot of play now. I mean, they slipped the characters into the D&D movie. And people are always playing. They did like a commercial in Brazil, like a car commercial featuring real life versions of these characters. And seems like real. They're really going after that nostalgia for better or worse. All right, so I think it might have been just yesterday. Maybe they released. We have the Player's Handbook cover. Now we have the DM Guides cover. So there it is, front and back. We'll look at both in detail. First, let's kind of look at the front. All right, so first impressions. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, is that Warduke?
That is Warduke.
Okay.
And Skyla. And that is Venger from the cartoon in the back.
They really brought it around, didn't they?
They did, yeah. So generally, I like this. Definitely like this more than the Player's Handbook cover, for sure. It's not to say I think it's perfect, but it's just much better composed. You got three figures there. Yeah, I kind of like it. Crazy Mouse. First impressions.
A lot of undead in there too.
Yeah, those skeletons.
Yep.
Kind of like I do like the glowing eyes. Not sure how much sense it makes in the grand scheme of things, but that's not important for a cover. It just has to kind of look okay. And I think he had the right idea. I think it's a way better composed.
Chris Miller hit you up.
Oh yeah. Chris, $5. IYO. What is the purpose of adding the female to the image? Well, representation, of course.
Now, this Skylar character, is she a good person? I'm not. I've heard the name. Is she from the cartoon?
She was a card. Yeah, I don't know if she was in the cartoon. She was like an action figure. Hey, Griff, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Again, to piss off the old gamers and use nostalgic imagery. That's exactly what they're doing. Yeah, old gamers may be off onto the things already, while new players will be mad. Yeah, they're kind of missing the mark on both. Thanks again, Chris, by the way. Skyla, I had a vague recollection of her, and they're like, oh, that's Skyla. And I'm like, I had to refresh my memory, and I'll show you where. All right, so first of all, well, one of the things I don't like is the lighting. It's a little dark. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Might be a little dark. It's all of Tyler's work seems to be a little, just slightly muddled
at dusk.
Yeah. It's like there's nothing wrong. Everybody thinks you need this Hollywood cinematic lighting. You don't. Like even TV shows now, like Picard, the new Picard.
Right.
I mean, the last season was okay from what I saw, but still a little bit of bullshit in it. But just they filmed it like it was a movie, and it's just so dark and heavy and dreary, and I can't help but feel that here. Now, maybe it's a little more in place here in the DM's guide, where you're kind of maybe supposed to have a few more threats. But, I would just say this. Kind of blur your eyes a little bit. You know how you can sometimes just by yourself just kind of blur your eyes? You have no idea, like, if you do that even a little bit, like what's going on here. When you do look at it, it's okay. So
maybe if the book was in hand, I could have a better perspective in looking at it. But the way I'm looking at it right now, I would like to see a little detail of each of the character. You're throwing these characters up again. I mean, this picture should tell a story, but you have dynamic magic going on that completely nearly eliminates the woman there.
Yeah.
That magical effect in front of her, like you want to show her.
Yeah, she is kind of hiding behind that a little bit.
Surly said, "What's with the constant purple?"
I agree.
And then someone else said,
"Glad you asked."
Well, I was gonna say, isn't purple? Well, Unscripted said it's non-binary lighting.
It's also called bisexual lighting. Yeah, good call, Bloodworth.
But
Yeah,
I was about to say, isn't purple the most inclusive color?
Yeah. It's not done. You have to understand, it's not done by accident, because there was some of that in the Player's Handbook cover too. But it's called bisexual lighting or non-binary lighting. I guess I've heard it. OG Grognard, welcome to Chevalier. Thank you so much. Yeah, but this is of course the most obvious and ridiculous example. The Marvels. These were going to be Marvel characters. Snowflake.
They got canned.
Yeah, they got canned.
Thank goodness.
One second here. There we go. Patrick Demo, $5. I'd be more excited about the cover, but I already know the motivations of the corporate, morons, we'll call them, that run the brand. So I can't,
I'm getting old.
Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, so there is that. It's like, now do you see it now? It's like before, it's like, oh, well, it's just kind of there. But yeah, it's that blue, it's that purple. It's very much on purpose.
Is the altar like a demon eyes? Like, what
yeah.
am I seeing there?
Yeah, I think so. I believe that's a little bit of a close up there. You see these in close up, you can kind of see the good work, but it's kind of like so washed out.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like you have to like examine it to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Even she's okay. I think you do have to give credit where credit's due, right? Because some of this is pretty cool, but there's problems.
The girl?
No, Warduke is the guy. Here,
Okay.
I'll show you kind of where they come from. Like that's Skyla. Like these were action figures back in the day, And I remember these because I had one of these. I didn't have her. Didn't have War Duke.
Looks like Bane.
A little bit, yeah. I had this guy, Kellic. I can still picture in my mind's eye that green staff. I remember that because for some reason I had lost the figure, but that staff, when I was like an early teenager, I had that staff just hung around. So it was like always in this one drawer that I opened up.
Curse had War Duke.
You had War Duke, Curse, yeah.
So did Surly.
Yeah, was I the only one? Was I the only Kellic man? I think this might have been the only one. Look at him too. He's throwing up the L in the picture. Is he throwing up an L?
He's throwing up something.
He's not throwing up horns. Looks like he's like...
Chris Miller's showing off. He had them all.
Chris. Showing off his bona fides. Cal, how you doing, buddy? 2 versions of War Duke in 20... Ooh. Yeah, send those to me in the private chat. I don't know if you got my private chat, Cal. Maybe let's try to maybe hook up. I think next week we may do a guest show. Maybe I'll try to get Harmony on. I'll try to get if you can do it. Maybe we'll just go whole hog. We'll just open the doors. But yeah, that's I had Kellic. Cool figure, by the way. One of those ones I'm kind of pissed to this day that I didn't keep it. Because that is nice, but I am not going to pay like $100 and whatever dollars they're going to charge now to get it. Gemco, where's that? Yeah, so I think I owed this to Travis. Like I said, he was feeding me stuff. By the way, if you ever want to give me tips and all that stuff, just reach out to me. DM on Twitter. Travis does that occasionally, so some other folks do. I'm always open to it. Can't guarantee I'll use everything, but I will certainly take a look. Yeah, this is the artist Tyler, along with painting the new DM's guide for D&D. Josh Herman. I don't know who is Josh. I don't even know who Josh Herman is. Also tasked me with giving a legendary villain from the cartoon show a big update. This was Venger. I hope everyone likes this new version. Kind of looks the same. Hold on, that's the cartoon.
Just a longer face.
Yeah, I mean, he did a more refined.
Mercurius hit you up.
Oh, hey, Mercurius. $2 inviting Jeffro. I think it's Jeffro, by the way, Mercurius, but I know who you're talking about. On to talk swing dancing. Yes, we can. Maybe he can tell me all the finer points of walking up to girls like it's the 1930s and big bands playing. We can have all kinds of fun. Is that a femme face? ANN. Boy, it does. It's funny because on Twitter I was looking. Somebody had asked show a cartoon or something from your childhood that nobody knows about. And I showed the 1974 Jack the Beanstalk. I think it was made in Japan. Very obscure movie. But the evil queen up in the castle in the sky, she has a face remarkably similar to that. Huh. Very long. A little bit feminine. Give him the benefit. It's not a bad drawing.
No, not at all.
It's okay. I don't know.
I just feel bad. He's so powerful and he's a villain. He can just get himself a new hat. His hat's broken.
Get him another horn, yeah. Can we get this brother another horn?
Yeah. Well, 2 horns are better than 1.
No one of consequence says the big reveal, Venger is female.
Venger was Dungeon Master's daughter. What a plot twist, says Surly.
Yeah, it's you never know, right? You never know. Could be. So let's yep, there he is. And let's go back. Okay, so all right, so this is the back cover. Again, washed out, but on the back cover, you can get away with this. And I do actually like this even better. I'm always a sucker for giant statues. So you have a group of adventurers here. You can kind of see in the center, and your eye does kind of go to them. So that's good. Kind of reminds me of the Keep on the Borderlands back artwork. You know, when the party's going on their adventure to the keep, you know, they're going up that ramp. Maybe kind of a nod to that. That's okay. Not done with nearly the same style or gravitas. You know, again, this is just a little bit overworked. But if you look closely at the details, see, I wish this guy would like let people see his work, because some of his work isn't bad. There's no bisexual lighting in this one, so that's a plus. You know, those are cool statues of mind flayers in the back. This is some sort of temple. Not bad.
Double D, Surly looks like he disagrees with you too, and so did I. I see a bunch of purple in that. The lighting to me is purple.
Well, I mean, I would call
I'm
that
not against it, but I'm just saying, like you said, there's no purple, and
but
Surly's is like more purple.
Yeah, it might be in that range, but I would draw a conclude or a difference here. All right, so keep that in your mind's eye. And then
Someone said
that
a while back, where's War Duke's legs?
They're completely cut off.
Probably just hiding. I would guess hiding, maybe.
I don't think. I'm not sure.
If you like, you should see his one leg. You know, the other leg is you
The
know,
other one could be hidden behind those zombies,
right.
but the one leg should.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, to have that stance, his it would be his right leg would have to be sprawled out, wouldn't it? Stretched out on the step.
And if he's
That's a good point. Yeah, that's all right. So that's. I was kind of hoping not to nitpick this and just say, look, it has issues, but it ain't as bad as the play. I still don't think it's as bad as the player's handbook cover, but yeah, that's a legit issue. He's in a pose that doesn't seem to make sense because his leg is not. To make that pose, you'd have to have your legs spread apart.
Power pose, absolutely. You can't swing a sword or hold a guitar standing up like that.
Zofal, like they couldn't afford the legs. Yes. Show some legs, says Travis. Yeah.
Those dragon's eyes on the side of the Venger in the back.
That's a good pickup there.
Looks like
yeah, that could be. As usual, Crazy Mouse rolls a 20 on his spot hidden. Could very well be. Yeah, because those aren't. Unless those are. It could be like one of those like magic eye posters.
Travis says those are dragon eyes. Nix is saying yes as well.
Okay.
It's not a spell effect.
Yeah. So that's good. That's a nice little hidden, like something you don't notice at first.
So are those three all bad guys? Like is
they're all
bad?
bad. Everybody on here is a bad guy. Yeah, they're all bad guys. Yeah.
Help them out.
But you see the purple I'm talking about. Like I see what you're saying, like that sort of misty purple, almost like a more lavender. Yeah, it is. Could he have done better? Yeah. I'm just saying that one doesn't bother me as much. But it's just so everything he does is just kind of like so kind of washed out and dreary almost.
I think that like in my perspective, my understanding in regards to spells and stuff like that, good spells, bad spells, destructive spells. You know, you got your destructive, your fire spells, and then you have your electrical spells. And then you have, one thing that you often see in things like this is the color green. Green is equated to the green evil eyes, or casting a spell like normally like the villainous is a green color.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of that eldritch. Green is that eldritch color. Kind of, I almost wonder why, because those skeleton eyes seem they're blue, right?
Yeah, those look blue to me.
Yeah, those are blue.
They remind me of a snowflake, right?
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Bob is asking if you have any inside art.
I didn't pick up any, Bob. I don't know how much they released. I did it's weird because it seemed like there was a lot of fanfare for the Player's Handbook release. Like Game Informer did that whole thing. This one was kind of under the radar.
Chris Miller says green is Disney's evil color,
yes.
which explains my theory on Yoda.
Yoda was evil.
Yoda. I think he's a little instigator, and I also thought Yoda was overrated.
But he lost every time he fought, didn't he?
Dude, if you looked it up, I can give him one draw in a fight, but other than that, he lost every time.
He fought what's his name, Count Dooku to a draw, I think. Flat out lost to Palpatine.
Got tossed around.
Oh, Palpatine made him
into exile.
Into exile, I must go. So yeah, I think he chose blue because it matched better with everything else. I would have done green eyes coming out of those skeletons. Yeah, that sort of Disney green, as Chris said.
You want there to be. You don't want it to be so smooth.
Is there a hint in her lightning bolt? Can you zoom in on that? Is there a hint of that blue in there? Yeah, there is. So maybe it is controlling. I wish the mouse worked double D because I just pointed it to Rogan.
Yeah.
In her blue by her boobs is like the same blue as those eyes to show that she's controlling all those guys.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Yeah, if she's a necromancer. Yeah.
You got Hungar hit you up. Little mouse drop in there.
Hungar. Yeah, $5. CondorDM told my brother not to have me on his show any longer when I was in the hospital. He's a... Yep. Got your shirt on, by the way, buddy.
Oh, look at that. Merch.
Yep.
Marvelous Mr. Mean also did a mouse dropping.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much,
yeah,
Condor.
thank you,
Yeah, he's such a jerk. That's why I hate him, and I'll always take the piss out of him whenever I can. Marvelous Mr. Mean.
Marvelous.
I like
we should have, I'll tell you what, Marvelous, if you show up on the show more often, I'll talk Double D into putting Billy Crystal on our soundboard.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
There you go.
That is an iconic phrase.
Yeah, it is.
Marvelous Mr. Mean, $4.99. I like the use of old characters, but we all know that Hasbro and WotC aren't sincere with the property. Yeah, that was going to be one of my points too. Yeah, exactly. Marvelous Mr. Mean. It's almost like the Planescape release and what they're going to do with World of Greyhawk as being the default setting. There's no heart behind it. There's no sincerity. It's all member berries. This is sort of just all kind of member berries, as Griffith said.
James Bacon said that he used to be a publisher, and her blue is not the same blue as the zombie eyes.
Match the blue of the vessel in front of Venger. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Slightly. Yeah. I'll trust your professional. Yeah. James, I'll trust your professional eye there. Yeah. I mean, it's a slight enough difference that maybe for the layman, it's like good enough.
Blue glow smoke coming from the thing in front of.
Yeah, that's
Venger.
what he's referring to. Yep.
Yeah, and I can't tell if that unified blue works. I don't know. It just kind of. It's all samey,
It honestly, it looks like a light gray. It kind of, if you're trying to look at the composition of it, to me, it might as well be a light gray. It doesn't offer anything.
It's the problem is the colors are so bright, they dominate everything, and like I said, everything else just kind of looks washed out to where you really have to go in detail and be like, oh yeah, I guess he does look okay, minus the fact that he's
if that is a she, they, them now, or a Z Zen. Maybe you could be like, did the carpet match the drapes for those eyes in that cauldron?
Yeah. Yep. I don't know.
It is an interesting picture. You get to see her leg, though, sort of.
You can see her leg, and the other one is covered up by that skull.
The front leg, yeah, for sure. The back leg,
Venger, V-Vem.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Yeah, V-Vem.
Patrick. Oh, mouse dropping.
Here we go, $5. I believe the CEO, $5 of Wizards of the Coast, said, "We have 50 years of material to pillage." Good choice of words, by the way. Why wouldn't they do it for art as well? Yeah. I mean, they'd be fools not to, right? Although, as Griffith said earlier, it's not going to mean much to the younger ones, and they seem to have lost folks like us along the way, just with kind of all the other stuff they're doing.
Meat, I respectfully disagree about her only having one leg. If you're talking about the magic user, I think the other one is behind that skull.
Oh, her?
The wizard girl?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because that pose makes sense, because you can kind of see where there's a sliver of like light.
Yeah,
that's how you have to deal with these Tyler Jacobs.
Oh, sorry. Meat said it was a joke.
Okay. It was
But it is a fact that, unfortunately, War Duke has no legs at all.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
Yeah,
there's a sadness there for me.
I mean, I got to think that...
I got it. The wheelchair.
he's in the wheelchair.
War Duke has the wheelchair.
He's in the war chair.
Oh, yes.
I got to say his front legs got to be hidden by the DM's guide and maybe some of those skeletons there that are in the front. But that back leg, it should be poking out underneath the S
T or E.
And the S and the T in the master. There should be a little bit of leg there, should there not, chat? Bracing himself for that pose.
I thought Nick's just wrote... I thought it said you can't make villains with diabetes.
Diabetes. You certainly can.
It's disabilities, but that's not what I saw at first. He had to go to summer school for reading.
Out to the reading van with you, crazy mouse.
Wilford Brimley is wizard.
Can't make villains racially diverse. Yeah, you will not find too many brothers or sisters as villains.
Handy Duke, says David Brown.
Handy Duke. Yeah, warlike in the wheelchair. Yep.
Chris Miller.
Chris, I got that. Getting good at this. Well, sort of good. Immediately, Judge. Yeah.
Close to the target.
This guy hasn't missed a free throw all night.
His right leg missing is tragic, especially when Warduke's leg features that blue scale armor too. Yes. Yeah, that's right.
That's an iconic item.
Yeah, kind of hard to see there, but yeah. You can kind of see in the artwork. It's kind of hidden behind the plastic, but yeah.
Necklace of insulin resistance. Plus
it's got to be, I was going to say, it's either got to be meat or bleaker on that one. Yeah.
Got the shield of insulin pump.
Can we at least agree this is just it's like so dark and just...
It is. It's not...
Everybody's so the next one to come out in 2 weeks will be Animal Guide?
Monster Manual.
Monster Manual.
Yeah, Monster Manual, yeah. I would guess.
My apologies. I knew what it was called.
No, we knew where you were going with it, my friend.
Animal Guide.
Animal Guide.
That's what they give you at the zoo.
It's like, well, might as well be the Animal Guide because the cookbook's coming out soon too,
Go
right?
down to the monkey cage.
It's a pop-up book. Oh yeah, so.
Man, I'm
Harmony.
I'm probably turning red. I feel so embarrassed.
You should not. Harmony was summoned by the word diabetes.
Or Wilford Brimley.
Oh, Travis thinks that Tiamat will be on. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Or maybe you know. Do you know, Travis, if that's the case? Because that would make perfect sense.
Chris threw a mouse dropping right
Damn.
now. Thank you, Chris.
Yep. I bet the Monster Manual will just have furries on the cover.
That
possibly.
rabbit looked jacked, if you remember from like 2 episodes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Now, that's a player character, right? You can play rabbit
It was,
people?
yeah. You could play a rabbit.
Silly rabbit. He gets
What's his name? Tricks.
Yeah, James Bacon. This reminds me of the 90s movie where they were all done in blue orange because of focus groups as an attention getting combo. Yeah, now it's purple and blue. It feels the same. Yeah, it's been happening in comics for a little while. Like I said, I showed the Snowflake and Safe Space, but it's one of those things. Once you notice it, you can't stop noticing it. So you know when they're doing that, they're very subtly kind of sending a little bit of a message. Ginny D on the Monster Manual. Hi, friends. Oh,
she'll be the mermaid, right? Because all the mermaid people hate her.
They do. Rightly so too. Rightly so. Jeff Hatch.
Fatumsh.
Get this. There we go. Oops, that's cow. $5. Thank you so much, Jeff. The composition, colors, and anatomy are bad. Black. They have enough money to make a good cover. They do. I will say I like the composition in this one. I disagree with you there. You got 3. 3 is always a pretty good way to do things.
It's a magic number. They did an after-school special song about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Travis says that it was just a guess about Tiamat.
Mm-hmm. I think you could be right, Travis.
David Brown is going another guess. It will not be orcs.
Orcs will not be in the Monster Manual. Not at all. Not even on the cover, but not inside either.
Well, Vecna was the flavor for a while, but Vecna isn't quite the flavor anymore.
Oh, no, you know what? No, I think remember, all this was done. This has probably all been in the can for a while, so I bet you Vecna might be a good guess too. Lolth, I wouldn't, who knows, but Vecna maybe. I don't know. What are you gonna? Vecna's just kind of so overdone. I don't know. He never really registered with me, other than like I'd see his name. Oh, that's the hand and eye of Vecna. Never really did much for me. I don't know.
Well, what would be what creature would make a good showcase for that?
Lolth. Yeah, Travis has it up there. Lolth, Spider Queen, great visual. I mean, you could. There's a lot of plus she's got like what do they call, like the Driders, are they? The half spiders, half drow.
But are they doing drow anymore?
That's a good point. Yeah, they can't do her because she's the gateway into drow, yes. And that opens up a whole can of stuff, and they don't want to have anything to do with that because it's controversy, and they just want to sell books to people who don't really think very critically.
I think to be safe and to go the non-binary route, and also to pull in that color scheme like they do, it'll be gelatinous cube.
Yeah, it's what we're going to end up with.
Because it's a villain, but it's safe, and it could be any fucking color.
It's like in the show Community, their mascot was the human being.
The human being.
Human being, yes. Just not to offend anybody, so they're... Grab this. Jeffrem, good friend. Thank you so much, Jeffrem. $5. In your opinion, are there any good 5e covers from Wizards of the Coast? Out of all of them, I like maybe 2 of the 5e covers. They could never do Lolth justice. It's been a little while since I've seen... Thank you, by the way, Jeffrem. It's been a while. I loaned my 5e, like my core books, out to my son. He was planning on running some with his friends. So... I don't know if they're necessarily terrible, but they never really grabbed me either. It may be just the fact that I'm having trouble recalling them. Like the ones that we all remember from first edition.
Is that the ones I'm thinking of?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. First edition, advanced, even basic. And look, even third edition, even though they kind of eschewed, traditional artwork, and just kind of went with those like tome covers. Those were memorable. Starting in like 4th edition, I have a tough time remembering the covers to any of those books. It's because they choose to feature busy art in a way. And not that I'm against that, but on a cover, sometimes it's a little bit of simplicity is best. Why do I keep going back to this? That is simple. When you think of something, you'd be like, oh, remember the player's handbook, the one with the dwarf on it. You would always say that about this because everything else is just background. He is front and center.
He's crisp.
Crisp.
He's got the right amount of detail.
Yep.
It tells a story though.
Yeah, it tells a story. It's like I said, what a missed opportunity. You would always think of this. Like, oh yeah, remember the 6th edition, whatever the fuck they're calling this. It's the one with the player's handbook, the one with the dwarf on the cover. You would always say that.
Now the old 5th edition Monster Manual had the Beholder on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, now I'm picturing it, but it didn't kind of come up. I don't know. Maybe his art just kind of has that effect a little bit on me. Like I said, I'm not saying he's a terrible artist. I'm not saying that he has issues. In my opinion, maybe he just a little bit of conception and some of the finishing details, like legs and stuff, might be a problem for him.
It's when they turn that artwork into their boss. Why did the boss say, "Hey, not for nothing, where's that guy's legs?"
Well, they have shitty editors. They're not worried about editing.
That's just the weird part. I love the flaming sword, and I love the temple, and I love the dragon's eyes in the background. Excuse me, sir. Where's his legs?
Yeah, it's almost and I think they gave a lot of feedback on the initial player's handbook because that chick originally, the one there, that was a dude in a white beard. So I think they gave him feedback there, saying like they're giving feedback for all the kind of silly stuff that we talk about. Like, could you make that a woman? Could she be a woman of color? Blah blah blah. Instead of like, okay. Like I said, the kind of the multitude of weird things.
Is that the same blue as those Skull's eyes on the
it could.
Master's Guide?
It could be. I think it could be. Yeah, probably in the same range, maybe.
I'm taking a peek right now at the 5th edition covers. The real 5th edition, not this new stuff, and comparing it to like the 4E. Swap it over to 3 in a little bit here. But the 4E covers, I think, were a lot better. Art was a lot better.
I could believe that. Yeah, I could believe that. Chris thinks the skeletons are copy pasted. Possibly. Possibly, Chris. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
They-thans focusing on the positive. At least they're all facing the same way.
Yep. Yeah, I guess. So I don't know, but I'm glad we talked this out because I was probably a tad more okay with this than it seems like most people were. I still don't think it's awful. I still think it's probably better than the player's handbook. It is just conceptually, it's just better.
Out of the two, I like this one better.
Yeah, for sure. But it's not to say there aren't problems. I totally missed the leg. I think the wording just kind of your eyes, and that's why most people will miss it too. Just the wording kind of in your mind's eye just kind of makes it disappear. But yeah, if you look at it, there should be a leg coming out from underneath the S and the T in the word master. There should be a little bit of a leg there bracing that pose. And it's just clear as day.
You paint a lot. You paint a lot of miniatures, and you paint on canvas.
I paint acrylic on canvas. If you ever need a chicken wearing Air Force Ones, I got you.
But I'm looking at this. I just can't imagine being an artist not having to that's freaking lazy.
It's not finishing, details. It's like the details. He's missing the details.
Most artists will say, it's not done. It's not done, or like for me, when I look at some of the art I immediately see all my mistakes, regardless if anyone else sees it. I see it. I know that that's there. I could have done better with that. I just think that it's a giant. The composition's okay. I like obviously the the individual characters are a pretty cool concept. How it's put together, but that right there's a giant failure. You know, you just as an artist, why would you not make sure? Listen, hide it with another zombie dude. You know.
Yeah, exactly. If you notice it and you're like, oh shit, oh wait, I'll just copy and paste, as Chris said, another skeleton.
And if I can go back in time here, one of my biggest lessons I learned in art happened in grade school. We had this competition in 4th and 5th grade of the Star Wars was huge at the time, to have this the poster board, do an image of one of your favorite characters. You know, there was the Darth Vaders and this and that, and and I did Chewbacca, and I freaking loved it. I'm gonna kick butt on it. But the lesson I learned is his eyes weren't on the same plane. They're like, one was high and one was low. And I was so worried about getting his nose right and his hair right. And that's all I heard from everyone was knocking the eyes. I'm like,
So you were technically correct, but
I was it was correct except for the anatomy of the face. Like one eye was kind of up and one eye was down. And like you look at it and like I didn't see it. I was so focused on other things.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
that's like that.
Yep.
There's 4th grade, me way back in the day learning and I just when I was a kid, I drew on everything. I got in so much trouble. I would just draw on things. I just loved it, and I got this thing. I'm looking at it. It's better than that Darth Vader over there. It's better than that Luke Skywalker over there. And they're like, dude, the eyes are just all over the fucking place.
The eyes are a mess.
I'm like, oh no.
Hungar, $2. There you go. If Loth was on a cover, they would make her white. Yeah, probably. I would. They would do something with her. Well, the thing is, as I think about it, they wouldn't include her now because it opens the door to the Drow, and the Drow are a problem for them. They realize how stupid all that is, but they also know that a good part of their audience are just looking for stuff to bitch about. So, all right. Well, I think we've
that Morduke's a lefty.
Oh yeah. Yep. That's why he's evil. Yep. All evil people are left-handed.
I remember when you showed me that about Snowflake and safe space. I remember we had that discussion. I saw the interview with that guy Kibblesmith. And I just absolutely.
What would you say?
Kibblesmith. He did the Santa book with the. Never mind, Santa's husband.
Santa's husband, yeah.
Whatever. But I just you showed that to me, and I'm like, why watch that video over and over and over again? Just him talking about, his perspective of how, they were too cool for him when he was a younger kid looking at these, he was afraid of them, the characters. Now he's, responsible for crafting these new characters, and they were just a massive, insult to anyone who's there's been a lot of crappy characters and villains in comic book history. We know that. If you like comics and I love comics, there's some hit and misses, but what he did, that whole concept that again,
remember they didn't even release it because they realized how stupid it was. But they would have snuck it in there if people hadn't, if the internet hadn't glommed onto it. And revealed it for the idiocy it was.
The chubby girl of color, she was a teen hero, but her only power was a magical backpack.
That's right.
Dora the Explorer.
Now I got to go back to that.
She, if I remember properly, she throws snowflake type shurikens.
Oh yeah, what was her name? Because she wasn't. Yeah, she was part of the team.
Yes,
but I thought that maybe she was in the background there. Yeah,
brother and sister, and he created these small enclosed, impervious, boxes or whatever, made safe spaces.
It's so retarded. It's just so retarded.
Sorry for derailing that.
That's all right. All right, let's go into this real quick. Again, this kind of came up on Twitter. The great Alex McCrease talked about this. I think Travis sent this my way too. So this has been making the rounds too. So this is advice for DMs Now, to be fair, it's in the Final Fantasy tabletop RPG, Final Fantasy 14. I didn't even realize there was a Final Fantasy tabletop game. It's usually just a video game. But Alex McCrease is like, I can't believe the advice they give DMs, in these quote-unquote professional products. So handling party defeat, Adventurer's life is full of danger. One unlucky turn too many. They can easily find themselves knocked out. That must be a term in this game. I don't know if that means you're dead or, reduced to 0 hit points. We all sort of know what that means. In other words, you got your ass kicked. So this is their advice on what to do as a DM if the party got their ass kicked. Retry the encounter. Retrying from the beginning of an encounter will let players anticipate the actions their enemies may take, resulting in a better chance of victory. Well, I guess if the DM is playing the people in this encounter as complete morons who don't learn anything from the last time.
It sounds like it's like they combined something with Uno. I didn't like how that went. I'm going to do reverse.
Yeah, we're just going to reverse that.
And
that didn't happen.
It's your turn. Well, I'm going to skip, draw 2, and then I attack twice.
Pretty much. I mean, it's pretty much spot on.
Oh, this card right here makes me swap initiative.
When a party wipes during a boss battle, during a boss battle or similarly challenging encounter, you can also lower the difficulty by restoring the adventurer's HP and MP and allowing them to retry from the beginning of the phase. Well, now you're just seems like you're just kind of breaking the rules to make it easier. If you were a player in this, wouldn't you be looking at your fellow players and like, man, this is kind of stupid?
Hey, DM, look at my thumb. Gee, you're dumb. From Animal House.
Yes.
So what they want is you're getting into an encounter, the player, the DM will create a respawn point, just like a video game. So
pretty much.
All right, let's stop. Let's go back to the beginning of this. You walked into the room now.
Or let's say you forgot to save. You forgot your save. Well, then that brings in number 2. Restart the scenario. Oh, I forgot to save. So now I got to go all the way back to the beginning.
Right.
Patrick got you.
Yeah, I got you. Thank you. Patrick Demo, $5. To be fair, that advice makes it spot on in a video game. I kind of agree with it as far as recreating the game. Yes, I do see what you're saying there, Patrick, but it's like, this isn't a video game. When you agree to sit down to do an RPG, it's different. To me, there's different expectations. There's a little bit more quote unquote reality to it.
A zit. Jeff Hatch says, what am I?
A zit.
A zit.
Yeah, restart the scenario. Scenarios are often shaped by the adventurer's actions and encounters, and endings may change depending on the choices they make. As such, your group can choose to take a party wipe as an opportunity to begin the scenario anew. Okay, goes without saying that this will take even longer than retrying a single encounter. Retrying.
Did you go back to Double D? Mm-hmm. Right above the Jeff Hatch, what am I? Is Harmony Ginger. She's responding to, and it's gone. No, farther up.
Oh, I'm currently responding to the dumbest comments about this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna guess that's probably about Condor. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to bring attention to this, Harmony, but you're a YouTuber. I think you'll understand. It's all content.
It's all ball bearings.
It's all ball bearings these days. Just know we are on your side. We like you. You are one of the good ones. So yeah, I mean, Condor is look. He's just free entertainment. Feel free to farm him. Don't ever balk at stuff like that. I mean, we're here to entertain people, and people will enjoy seeing his ridiculousness. All right, so we get the general idea here, and we're going to go through that next. The Condor videos on Harmony.
Oh, she was responding to the Final Fantasy game.
Oh, Final Fantasy game. Okay, yeah.
And Chris Miller just popped.
Yep. Oh. go. $10. $10.
He doubled it.
Double it. Thank you, Chris.
Which means read it twice as slow.
I went to MomoCon in Atlanta last weekend, and the TTRPG room had X cards. It made you sign an agreement of some kind to play in addition to paying. I walked out. Yeah. Rogan and I are going to be, we're going to have our eyes out for that, Chris. Thank you, by the way, very much. $10. If you haven't gotten your copy of Baptism of Fire, we gave away a copy last week. Should hopefully be arriving pretty soon. I think.
What a great Father's Day gift.
Yeah, there
Dude,
you go.
straight up.
Yeah, get it for yourself if nothing else.
It's awesome. It really is.
Yeah, it's a great game.
And the art isn't fucked up. It's beautiful.
People have legs.
People have legs. Yeah, it's a machine drawing that, and they have legs.
Some of that shit didn't make sense.
Yeah, we're gonna watch for that that kind of nonsense, Chris. I'm planning on doing some pretty frequent reporting from Gen Con, so you're going to get a lot of kind of videos like the one I did over the weekend, where I'm just going to fire up my phone and just kind of maybe do some walking, talk to people. We'll see how it goes.
Can we do a survey of carters pulling around their luggage, behind them, tripping people like me?
We talked about that.
We did talk about that last week.
Oh my God.
How much you hate that? Yeah, I still love when you stepped on the one.
Oh yeah,
you got so pissed off.
I was
you
so
stepped
pissed
on
off.
it.
That thing jumped right out of his hands, right into the ground. I was screw it. Have consideration. Wear it on your back, you dumbass. There's still no room for that as well. I'm sorry, I'm raging here.
No. All right, we'll finish this up. Improvising the solution on the fly might seem daunting, but you can always plan for situations like this in advance. Well, I mean, if you're planning in advance, you're not really improvising. I'm not kind of sure what that means. But number 3 is the only solution as a DM. You have to take all the information, everything that happened, what happened, why'd they get defeated, did they kill anything while they were there, what has changed in that location.
We got a doctor in the house.
As Greg, good to see you, buddy. Dr. Greg Gillespie. Good to see you. Like I said, take a look at Dragon Slayer 2. We are playing that in Auto and Roland a little bit later. Love Greg. Good to see you, buddy. But yeah, number 3 is improvising. That's the only solution. That's what a DM's job is. You can't just look at something that's written down and then just kind of, oh, well, this is the way it's written down, or let's pretend none of that ever happened and let's retry the encounter. Let's restart the scenario. No.
Improvise, but plan for it. Isn't that like Schrodinger's encounter?
Yes. Yeah, nicely done there, Rogan.
Yep. Give him a chip.
Yes, exactly.
I'll take that.
Skip the encounter. If you're running short on time, you can always choose to advance the story as if the players had won the encounter. That's the worst.
They did that in Game of Thrones once. Remember when he was like, Jaime Lannister was going to meet Olenna Tyrell? They just had him walking and all through the battlefields and stuff as if the Lannisters already won.
I mean, I can see doing that for very, very minor things, but if it's drawing this much of your energy, it's obviously
we're about
not minor.
to fight a dragon. Let's just skip ahead.
Yeah. Can we just go ahead? I mean, we won, right?
Imagine a montage. Okay, now we're here now.
Play "There's No Easy Way Out" by Rocky Balboa. Just moving along.
Robert Tepper. Yeah, there's no easy way. I just put that song in my workout playlist.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm missing a little bit of. Yep. If he dies, he dies. That's what you should. Honestly, as a DM, you can't say it with like venom, but that's the way you have to be. If he dies, he dies.
James Gang.
Oop, adapt. There we go. Have to wait till it doesn't. There we go. Oops. Yep. Adapt.
You had to read that one real quick.
Yep. $2. You adapt. You improvise. You overcome. Yeah. I saw that movie in the theater. Heartbreak Ridge, right? Clint as the gunny sergeant. Yep. Great movie.
Hey, Nixon, that is a deep dive right there. Bobby Ewing in the shower.
Oh, yeah. It was all a dream.
Yeah.
Harmony Gingers.
Yeah, she's here because your name is in the feed. Yes, apparently I was doing some quote unquote clickbaity bullshit, which is not true because we are going to go through that. Yeah, let's do it right now.
Well, Harmony Ginger, we're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up.
We are.
She showed up to this sausage party. I was like, I'm the fuck up out of here, man.
Yes, I'm leaving.
I came for my 2 free drinks, and I'm out.
All right, so maybe the best way to do this is, all right, so I'll show you Harmony's, I guess what set CondorDM off. We all know Steven CondorDM. He's a moron. He's a retard. Nobody likes him. But he goes out of his way to insult everybody. And then he makes these videos where he's always the victim. So he's always picking fights. And then he'll run and say like, oh, well, little old me, I'm just doing this. And they can't take it. Oh, my God. And you know what? When he came back after about a 9-month layoff, he was supposed to not be doing D&D content anymore. He's like, I'm above all that now.
Oh.
I don't need to be doing D&D stuff. That's for losers.
He was doing the swagger, the me thing. Oh yeah, and
yeah.
I'm a good guy. People like me, and I'm witty, and I'm
trying to think what step program is 9 months long.
Yeah. Well, we know he got divorced during the time. Yeah, his wife finally said, you know what, I'm done with you.
Wasn't there a little clue on that about his brother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He made that weird comment about his brother being with his wife. Oh, God. Sorry, if you're going to say this stuff publicly on YouTube, I mean, and you're going to go out of your way to be an a-hole. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, it's fodder. I mean, just like it would be for me, I guess. All right. So, Laren Jaco, who is this redhead and Condor guy? All right, so Harmony, we know Harmony. She's obviously in the chat, but we kind of EFAP'd her interview. She did an interview with Jeffro. I mean, at some points, I don't know what she was thinking. Maybe when we have her on, if she's kind enough to come on, we can kind of ask what was going through her head. Not asking you to throw Jeffro under the bus, but because boy, that was there were parts of that I was just shaking my head.
She did an awesome job.
Did a good job. Yeah.
She played along really well during the swing dance and
yes. She did.
You know, like
yeah, she could kind of let it go and let him have his say. But here she is on Twitter. After the experience I've had running this new campaign, I will never be able to handle a God complex DM again. Rules that empower players to direct the game and are the antithesis of some groups. Why is there such an aversion among some DMs to this dynamic? I noticed this when she was on a panel on someone else's show. I was arguing the point that consistent observance of the rules by both players and DM was empowering to players because it allowed them to plan with an understanding of if their plan would have a chance of working. Okay. So basically just saying, just don't be an a-hole DM who overrides the rules. I get this from James. Yep. Isn't that normal for Canadians? Well, maybe.
That and drinking maple syrup.
Yeah. Thank you, James. $2. So I would say this. Harmony kind of gets, and I guess I made the sin of putting Harmony in the BroSR. I mean, I guess the BroSR is no goyles allowed. So I was chastised before the stream that how dare you put Harmony in the BroSR? And I'm like, well, I didn't really. CondorDM did, but I will certainly observe that. And Harmony said, no, I guess I'm not BroSR, but I do, like some of those guys, don't talk to some of them.
Harmony says she was misquoted a little bit, Double D.
Yeah, I meant to say rules empower players to direct the game, not rules that empower. Okay, yeah, rules empower players to direct the game. Yeah. I can kind of I'm picking up what you're throwing down there. Basically, just follow the rules. If you're ever going to break the rules as a DM, probably should have a good, and it's going to work to the player's detriment. Should be a pretty good reason for it, if at all. I try to not do that kind of stuff. let the players use the rules to their benefit if you can. Now, look, sometimes you have to make judgment calls. Does this apply here? Does this not apply here? Those are just judgment calls. But generally speaking, yeah. Now, I know you guys aren't DMs, but if you read this, if you were a DM, would you take that personally?
No.
You wouldn't think it's an existential attack on you?
No. Let's pretend I didn't agree with it. All right, that's that person's perspective. I'm not jazzed by it. It doesn't bother me. I have no problem at all with what she's saying.
Yeah. Nor do I. All right. So this is what CondorDM put out.
Well, after reading a few comments from Harmony of the BroSR on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, I realized that I'm encountering a baby, right? Someone who doesn't have much experience in the hobby. Let me teach you something, baby.
What an asshole.
Holy moly.
I hate this guy. And I'm not just like white knighting. Look, Harmony can take care of herself, and she's already said like it's all good. But you have to understand too, this is entertainment. He's an asshole. Go ahead, Crazy Mess.
I was just gonna say, everybody has like a first day on the job. Every winning streak starts at 1. You got to start somewhere, and whether she's just starting or not just starting, why you got to go and make something kind of personal like that?
Yeah. Well, it's because that's who he is. He has done this his whole time on YouTube. He had a playlist, CondorDM versus, and it was all the people he put on a playlist of all the people he picked fights with, and then he would just act surprised and outraged and oh my God, little old me, I was just telling it like it is. But she is a ginger, says James. Easy, James.
Yeah.
Down, boy.
And Chris Miller. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Facepalm.
Facepalm, yeah.
Let me school you, baby.
Yeah,
Wow.
yep. So it's like...
It reminds me of that movie I was in as an extra. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
That's right. So here's... I think people see, a young, charismatic woman, Harmony... Good girl. I've been on a stream with her. I was on T-shirted stream. Yeah, got along okay. I'd love to talk to her. So I think there's two extremes. You get the white knights who are out constantly tipping the fedora, like, oh, she's the best ever, just because she's a woman, and I'm sure she hates that. But I think she also hates the people that are purposely going the opposite direction. Like, well, I'm not going to be a white knight, so I'm going to neg her. You know, and it's just so fucking cringe, guys. Can you just teach her or treat her as
an equal,
just like a normal fucking
she's in the hobby
person.
just like we are. Patrick hit you up.
Yep, got it. He got cucked and divorced. No, surely not. Yes, Patch. Can you believe it? By his brother, if you believe a throwaway comment. So I'm not sure.
Well, he's going after her sex. He's going after her age.
Yeah.
Well,
and like I said,
what's next? Her experience.
Calling her a baby.
I think he meant. I don't know if he meant baby as in her age. I think baby as in her length of time in the hobby.
All right, experience. All right.
Yeah. I mean, we can ask her, kind of get her experience. Like I said, if she's willing to come on. Harmony, if you're in the chat still, you want to come on next week? Blink twice.
What's that symbol for help me in like a bar? It's like, yeah.
I'm going to assume that what I'm about to tell you, you don't know.
What day? Harmony.
Come on.
Every Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Come on, baby.
That's the day of the lair. It's what we're doing. Where you are right now. Yeah, it'll be Wednesday at 7. I mean, if you
Eastern time.
Eastern time. But if you couldn't come on, like for till 8 or something, we could work around that.
Yeah.
Much later, and we'd have to do it some other time. But yeah, it would be a Wednesday, Harmony.
About this, Harmony, because I've seen comments that you made that tell me that you don't know this. That you actually think the opposite of this is somehow true. Did you know that by giving over authority to players that a game master would normally have, first, you do not empower the players, nor do you improve their experience at the actual gaming session?
Do you know what it sounds like? when you first start a new job and you have to watch training videos and he's telling you, like, don't put your hand in a blender. That blowtorch you're using to weld those pipes together is hot.
We had to watch one when I was I was a delivery driver for pizza, one of the many hats I wore there. And it was the same kind of video. And it's like, we have a saying here, fast on your feet, not on your seat.
Snake oil.
Look at this guy.
Hooked up the whole internet.
Damn. Yep. Snake Oil. Sean gifted 10 memberships. Snake Oil, you the man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
everybody
much.
else who is contributing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Keeping the
goddamn giving tree. Holy cow.
You get a car.
You get a car. Yep.
Pardon my GD there.
Well, now back to the video, such as it is. He's saying that she's taking away. What the hell is he saying? I mean, he's not. It's like he's saying that she's giving authority to players that the DM would normally have, and that's not what she was talking about
right now, and she's telling you what she's saying.
Yeah, talk about consistently enforcing the rules. Yes, it's not authority that they didn't. You were just talking about authority that they should have from the get-go, based on the rules of the game
and consistency.
They're looking to have their fun, where all you do is towards making that thing a good thing. And that God complex DM that you don't like harmony. Well, here's my issue. I know your attack overall attacks the authority that a game master would have from the old school. And that means you're attacking the good dungeon master's authority as much as you are attacking the asshole who has the same access to that authority.
No, I mean,
there was no attack.
There's no attack. No attack. I mean, it's other than just, she's just saying she can't stand the asshole ones that you're talking about.
Right. There's no attack. And this guy's got fucking diaper rash in his brain.
Yeah.
No attack.
There you go. No, that's it. So let it be written. So let it be done. He's such a retard that you can go crazy trying to stop him. But he hides behind the OS. He'll talk about the old school, and every other video is how the old school has done him wrong. The old school is full of cowards and people that are morons, and he's better than the old school. And now he's like trying to hide under the umbrella of the old school, an old school DM like me. You're attacking me, Harmony. An old school DM.
How dare they?
How dare you?
Now the asshole abuses it. The good dungeon master doesn't abuse it. It's not meant to be abused. Nor do you need to give any of that authority over to players to improve their experience at the table. And if players are enjoying the game, all that shit about empowering them with authority and all that goes out the fucking window. They simply need a good...
Whoa. Family show.
Yeah, what do you got against Windows? What the heck?
Come on.
Christmas.
The dungeon master who is competent, gives a fuck, and runs a decent...
Whoa.
Hey.
Quarter for the swear jar.
Yep. Get it under control. Yeah. When he got divorced and he came back, he's like, yeah, I'm vibing, I'm chilling, I'm a new man. I'm like, it took about 1 month of videos on YouTube to make it, like he always did, like
1
three
month of
a
videos,
day.
Doesn't that usually mean like 4,000 videos?
Pretty much, yeah. He's usually like Garibay level. He's at least 3 or 4 a day, usually. And like I said, he went from Mr. Good Vibes, I got a new outlook on life. I'm going to give life advice, man. That's my new channel. I'm going to give my brothers out there, the advice they need to survive. And it's
my life advice is I'm removing the Q-tips from my desk so I don't have to pick at my ear.
That is my pet
She
peeve.
took that with her. Yeah, she took all that with her.
I'll tell you what I'm taking. I'll tell you what I'm taking. Your record collection and this jar of Q-tips.
And your favorite dice.
Snake Oil Sean says we need a 5-second dump button on Condor. This is not for children. He's allowed. We don't like it, but he's allowed. So
game. Only in
earmuffs, people, earmuffs.
Well, Well, you need it when you're listening to him.
Inexperienced person would assume that I have to give over authority to make that work. I don't. But the thing is, Harmony, I get it. I get it. Like many nerds, you like a certain style. And what you do when...
Like many nerds, you like a certain style. Well, aren't you a nerd who likes a certain style, Condor? I mean, if we're being honest. I mean, aren't we all like that?
You're trying to sell that style is you put down all these other ways of approaching the game, right? Your God Complex DM issue isn't about going after the asshole DM. Let's be honest. It's about going after the authority that the DM has, because that authority is not required in the way that you want to play the game. And that's why you're degrading that authority, but you're doing it in a bullshit way.
This is just a classic straw man argument. Like, she didn't say any of this stuff, but he's like, A, it's a personal attack on him. B, he's building it up to like absolutely nothing she said. Look at everybody reads, you know, that's what the player's handbook is for, to establish the rules of the game. She's just calling out bad DMs who go above and beyond that consistently, and usually probably to the detriment of the players. You know, I think I've run across a couple of those in my life at like conventions and stuff. I mean, I certainly, that's not the way I run my table. You know, I try to give as much authority as I can to the players. I think any decent DM should try to, you know, at least try to do that. But holy shit. You will overkill, Joe. You will leave with my seed. Well, we're all getting impregnated with his bullshit right now, unfortunately.
Travis had a good one to say there.
Yeah.
All I hear is my wife left me and I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's sad, but true.
My counselor told me to talk about that often.
Oops. There we go. James. Giving it out. Now I'm curious about Harmony's favorite style. You can ask her. She's in the chat, James. She is a big girl. She can tell you her style. I think, honestly, Harmony is, from what I can gather, she does like these one-to-one games, which I'm still a little, I kind of know what they are now. I don't have two big groups that, you know, that I can run in the same world like that. Respect my authority. Yep, exactly. Mercurius. Yep. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, so I think that's what God, I got castigated for saying Harmony of the BroSR, even though that was actually his video title for this was Harmony of the BroSR. Let me put his thing up here so he can't accuse me of not giving him his due. So I think she runs kind of like in I would call the BroSR style. But you have to understand, there's like a core of BroSR people who are just morons, don't like them, and they get real, I don't know, get real funny about stuff. And I'm not saying the two that were in here earlier are people I don't like. I actually do like them, but I think they kind of misunderstood, you know, what I was saying. A, it was the title of the video, and B, I think a reasonable person might assume that Harmony is sort of in the BroSR, other than them not liking girls too much.
That's just not true. You're lying to yourself, and you're lying to the people you're talking to. But the reason you're lying is because you don't really know the truth, do you, Harmony? You don't know. Because you fucking have no real experience. Like, you ran a few games.
How does he know her experience? I mean, I don't know.
He is dumping his broken heart onto Harmony. He is dumping. He's using Harmony as an excuse to be a complete douchebag.
I think so. I think a little bit. Yeah, like I said, it's got to be tough. Like I said, coming into this sort of, well, obviously very male-dominated arena, and just wanting to be like, essentially like one of the guys, and you get it from both ends. I know,
right? Sorry, kiddo. Get the fuck over yourself,
kiddo.
Steve says, "Oh, like the Sopranos."
On this one. Look, I get it. You're a cute redhead. I'm going to have...
No, you're kind of, it's like... I'm negging, and then it's like, I get it. You're cute. Why don't you just leave it out? I mean, you didn't have to say anything about her looks.
Some white knights coming at me for
there's the tell. It's the same shit Jeffro is doing. I'm not a white knight. In fact, I'm going to go overboard the other way, and I'm going to. And it's like, and I think they have the same motivation as the white knights.
Yeah,
I get along with
called,
BroSR.
like throwing sand at her in the sandbox.
Yeah, exactly. Getting her attention. James gets along with the BroSR for $2. Like I said, there's a lot who like some of the stuff. You know, folks like Harmony who are like, I kind of like the time stuff.
Harmony likes it when you call her cute, so she's okay with it.
No, it's okay to call me cute.
You're cute,
right? So I don't know. Like I said, it's the age-old question with the BroSR. How do you separate, the BroSR from like the inner core of kind of losers? But whatever, I don't know. All I know is that, like, look, I'm a YouTuber, so they're interesting. Whenever they get brought up like this, even if it's sort of in relation to somebody who's not quite BroSR, it's going to be entertaining. So we may look at it.
Saying something to you, I totally get it. I'm not into you that way, so I'm not.
I'm not into you that way.
In case you were interested in me that way.
In case you were interested, Harmony, he's not interested.
I'm available now. I don't have any Q-tips, but I'm available.
Okay. Oh, and here's fucking Adam Pender, the only guy who constantly replies to morons' videos here. Oh, I see the High School Mean Club continues. Channel has greatly deteriorated. Why not talk about gaming? We did talk about gaming. We're gonna do some live gaming later, Adam. Okay, but the thing is, your hero over there has gone out of his way to attack everybody, everybody at one time or the other. He's deleted a lot of those videos. He deleted his playlist. Are you fucking kidding me? The High School Mean Girls Club. Have you been listening to this video, you a-hole?
Adam, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for super chat from Adam.
And we read that one for free.
Yeah. Well, that's the duplicity of this guy. He sends his little minion over here. Patrick Demo, methinks the cuck doth protest too much. Yeah, big time. Thank you. All the shit, going out of his way to pick a fight with someone who had, this was not aimed at him at all. Oh, you guys are mean. You can tell his flunkies end up with the same traits as he does. I didn't do anything wrong. I just called her every name in the book. Hey, kiddo, I'm not interested in you. You're kind of cute. Blah, blah, blah.
That's exactly
How dare
what
you?
Chris Miller just typed to you.
Yep. Yeah.
Was he calling us Mean Girls?
I guess.
Are we the Mean Girls in the Mean Girls Club?
Look, it's...
Wait, we're guy. Wait. What?
I don't feel like a mean girl.
Yeah. Exactly, Chris. Yeah. Exactly, Chris. Yeah. It's like, holy shit.
Thank you, Mercurius.
Mercurius, another one. Yep. Thank you, buddy. Yep. He's doling it out.
That is awesome.
Yep. Thank you. Much appreciated. Much appreciated, my friend.
I'm not going to sit here and be all soft with you, Harmony. Like, I treat you like everyone else. If you talk bullshit, if you lie about the hobby, especially about the old school, and not purposely lie, I get you're just spreading bullshit because you don't know. But regardless,
you're just a dumb girl. He attacked me, and everyone loves me. That's right, James. Yeah, attacked you. He attacked your brother too, out of the blue, didn't he? I thought he attacked Hungar.
Hungar got attacked.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think that was when Hungar was, he was kind of laid up in the hospital too. So that's another thing too. What an a-hole. Ugh. Thank you, James.
Well, he draws so much emotion, and he's unloading an awful lot of baggage on a few little statements made by Harmony here, by one person.
Look, I see what he's doing. It's engagement.
Yes.
He's like, oh, I'll attack this person to get some views, get some eyeballs.
This will get some traction. Yeah, this will get traction.
Yeah. But I mean, you could just, I don't know, try something else. Yeah, but him and DM Bloodworth got into DM Bloodworth, Unscripted Unchained. Surprised Condor hasn't become a First Amendment auditor for his channel. Yeah, he kept removing. I was kind of following this. He went after DM Bloodworth. Oh yeah, Adam Pender. Just another guy who was asking for it, right? DM Bloodworth. Boy, you too. It's like the Christmas Story. You know, the bully and the little kid. You know, his flunky.
Mm-hmm.
That's Adam. Yeah, he was. CondorDM was removing Bloodworth's replies to one of the videos, and he claimed it was for DM Bloodworth's own good because CondorDM made him like look so bad or something along those lines. That's how up his own ass he is. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Griffith. Yep, seems like a bit of nothing. Yep, Harmony's running how she wants to run. It's her business. Guy's a douche. You said it. Jeffrem, guys, Harmony is less than 100 subscribers behind Condor's channel. Let's hit him. Yeah, where it helps. Yeah, go over and subscribe to her channel. She's just kind of starting streaming. Yeah, she had a couple interviews.
Got a couple $1 million subscriptions right there, buddy.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh yeah. So yeah, thank you by the way, Jeffrem. Much appreciated. Yeah,
CA
go
for Cancun.
Patrick Demo, $5. He's a perfect caricature of what the woke side of us thinks all of us are. Yeah, that's right. He does kind of give everybody like a bad name. And that's look, I hate him personally because I barely knew who he was, and then kind of like Harmony, what you're going through now, Harmony, you have to understand we've all gone through. Wait, who's attacking me? Who's CondorDM? And then you go read it and you're like, oh, this guy's a moron. Should I ignore it? Yeah. Most of the time you should, but if you can turn it into engagement, you know, and stuff like that, by all means. Oh, but what do I know? I'm just my show has just gone down the tubes. I'm attacking a poor little innocent a-hole.
Listen,
like Steven.
I'll come after you and put you in your place like I would anyone else, right? Talk shit, get hit, as they say, right? So if you don't want people like me confronting you, Harmony, don't open your mouth about certain things. Like, you're in the public now.
Know your place, woman. in the kitchen.
Hey, go make me a turkey pot pie.
Make him a sandwich, Harmony. Ask him what he likes. Yeah, I ignored it. I did queue up another one. I don't know if we'll go through it, but he did a follow-up one, probably more. Oh, there's 3 on you now? Oh, good Lord. I'm sorry.
Oh, she's handling it. She's got it.
Well, it's a badge of honor, kind of. Like when it's kind of like, you know, welcome to the club. You're doing something right. Yep, 113 on now. Thank you, Cal. Thank you as always, buddy. Patrolling the grounds. If I could get you guys real quick, hit that like button if you could.
Yeah, what's the delay?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Everybody just take 2 seconds.
Your thumb on that button. It'll help the engagement with the video afterwards. If YouTube sees it's got a little bit of traction, it may recommend it.
Look, I get attacked, right? I open my mouth. Yep. I have people on social media that come after me, people in video format that come after me. Everyone comes after me, and they have the right to do so. So, you know, that's what happens when we leave ourselves open. And if we cannot handle this, well, then we should shut our fucking mouth. If you can't take the heat.
It doesn't have to be Fight Club, dude. I'm like, it doesn't have to be that way. Everyone has the right to say what they want to say, man. I'm good with that, but I'm going to come after you.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Like I've always said, as much as, you know, I don't like Jeffro very much, but I do kind of take pains to like, I hate Jeffro. I hate his real small inner core flunkies, but you know, if you like what he says or whatever, but you kind of agree that he's a bit much.
Like he's being interviewed by Mean Gene. And he's got like a lot to say with the mic in front of him.
Yeah, it's a promo. It's a work. Yeah, for sure.
Get out of the kitchen. And I take heat every day for years. So, you know, I'm one who can talk on this, right? I'll be honest, I do not like the bullshit mindset of the very immature pro OSR. Like, they're really dumb. They lie. They lie about the hobby. They lie about what we do. They lie about everything.
I mean, Jeff Rose is kind of a moron. I mean, I wouldn't say the BroSR all lies. I think they have one of the worst people possible representing them. But if you can't take the diabetes, get out of the condor nest. Exactly, Chris. Exactly. Thank you very much.
James Gang just subbed to probably Harmony is what he's referring to.
Yeah, guys, go over.
Yeah.
Give her a sub. Let's get her numbers up. I believe I am already subbed over there. Let's get her up to 1,000. Get over the imaginary demarcation line. And let's get going. Everybody can kind of start doing their thing, and we can all make fun of this guy.
There's nothing they don't lie about, and they degrade methods of gaming where there's nothing wrong with that method. And Harmony, you're fucking guilty. So here I am, and you're popular with certain people. So I know I get some attention on this from calling you out, and not just some other jackass in the bro.
Jeez, his conscience got the better of him, and he had to confess.
He showed his hand.
Yeah, I agree why I'm doing it, which is fine. But I kind of did the same thing, but I'm actually going after the bad guy, and I am perfectly fine.
I believe he's called the heel.
Yeah, yes, yeah,
yes.
He is, but he's like one of those heels that has a lot of issues, like can't get out of his character, 24/7.
Sorry, but you make it easy on me to verbally come after you because you bring the right attention to the subject. Next time, instead of saying about the God Complex DM that you have an issue with, just say you don't like assholes that try to run games.
That's what
because
you
in
said.
reality, I'm a good DM that does not abuse that authority. But you're calling me a God Complex DM as if I suck.
You're calling. Do you hear that? That's kind of like for me, like the money shot. You're calling me that. Yeah. He's such a narcissist that he sees himself instead of being able to step back and be like, okay, this doesn't really apply to me personally. Do I have issue with what she's saying? Fine. But he sees himself as the focus of this attack.
That last video we watched a while back when the new and improved him, it was all me and I's.
Yeah.
It was insane. Me and I.
I dare you. Yeah, that's a great point, Rogan. I dare you. Go watch his videos and just count the me's and I's.
You realize that's what you're doing? You're insulting me, Harmony? So when you spit in my face...
The thing is, too, oh my God, he's ostensibly like we'd be on the same side, like politically, too, because I think, he's a right of center, but he comes off as such a crybaby bitch. It's like I wouldn't want to be associated with him.
Hey, Warren, thanks for stopping in and have a good rest of your night.
Good to see you, Warren.
Yeah, thank you, Warren.
Yep. Always good to see you, buddy. Yep. Pop in, say hi, come out. Yep. See it on the rerun if you want. Yeah.
And you're doing it based on something that's not true. I'll come back and spit in your face, Harmony, and it will be based on something that is true. Your lack of fucking experience and knowledge about the game and about the hobby.
You know what he is? He's a human equivalent of a chihuahua. Oh, something fell on the ground. Holy cow.
Is that greaseball Adam Pender still here?
Come on, Adam.
How do you explain that?
Yeah, seriously, Adam, dude, like...
Adam, please like and subscribe. Think about joining the channel as a member.
Yep. She does not want any condor fluids on her.
Don't blame me.
Yeah.
None of us want that.
Just a little.
Right, for now, take care.
Oh,
well, there it is. I did do the follow-up video, but it's just more of the same. Honestly, it is.
I guess there comes a time in a person's life, you get to a certain age, you got to just like realize a handful of things and try your best not to be broken in society. He's a broken toy.
Bleeker thinks that CondorDM's a salad shooter.
Oh, you think?
He spits when he talks.
Oh, I don't doubt it. We were talking a little bit earlier behind the scenes here. The videos of him, like that dude's not wearing his dentures. I think you can hear it when he's talking. Or just
It could be, yeah. He's up in Canada. I mean, maybe they don't do good on the dental insurance up there. First the seed, then the spittle. Just a little spittle. Meat. Just a little spittle. Yeah, it was very harmony. It was very senpai, notice me. Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Condor probably blames his wife for taking the toothbrush in the divorce. They're only like 99 cents.
Can you believe what that bitch did to me?
No Q-tips, no toothbrush. I'm using my finger and charcoal.
Finger and charcoal. Get a twig outside. Yeah, Bleeker says the funny thing is we all know a CondorDM at the gaming shops. I've known them throughout the years, a couple, not too many, but yeah, there were ones who kind of demonstrated the same kind of, and at conventions too.
And she took the ice cube tray. He's got nothing.
Yeah, he's out. Stuff you could get for like $3 even up in Canada.
She put like Lawrence Welk on the TV and then just took the remote.
Yep.
And the one and the two.
Sissy and Sissy.
Yeah, we're old, aren't we?
She took way too old. Brushing his teeth and just left him a bunch of corn on the cob to eat for dinner.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yep.
Here you go.
Oh, I'm scared. Bloodworth says that after that video, he made another claiming he didn't attack her personally, but only her ideas. Well, you guys just witnessed the video.
Yeah,
I stopped counting the F-bombs there.
Listen, baby.
If you spit on me, I'll spit on you. I'm going to spit on you. If you do this again, I'll spit on you. Yep. Holy cow, dude. I can feel it through the mic here.
I just noticed we have our two mods are together, like Calvinoni and ANN.
Yes.
Double D.
Same stream.
Steven.
What's that?
Under Cal, ouch, shadow. Steven, that is all. Okay. And then someone asks, is that him?
I don't know.
He's here.
He's here.
He's here.
Oh, that's you. That is Steven. Yeah, you're a piece of shit, Condor. Yeah, I'm glad you showed up. First you sent your little flunky in here, Adam. The only guy
who did like and subscribe. Condor, could you like and subscribe as well? Hit that thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do, Condor? We just watched your video. I mean, it was so obvious you were trying to get her attention, and then being kind of not kind of. You were an asshole, but you're always an asshole. Look, you're an asshole to me. You're an asshole to DM James. You're an asshole to Bloodworth. You're an asshole to everybody. I'll tell you what I want you to do, Steven, is admit that you used to have a playlist called CondorDM Versus, where you were trumpeting the fact that you made hate videos on everybody. Let's hear it. Because you know you did, and then you took it down. So all this little old me, I'm just a guy trying to make my way in the gaming world, and all these people. Oh my God.
I'm a nice guy. I'm misunderstood. I.
Yeah. Make your next video on me, so I get more content from your fat ass.
And do you wear dentures?
Yeah, do you wear? This is actually on the real. Do you wear dentures?
I'm just curious, and I don't. I'd like to think that the way you speak isn't a Canadian thing.
Yeah.
And we do miss the Q-tips.
If you have to say that you're a nice guy, then you're not a nice guy.
That is true.
Yeah. And were you talking just kind of out like as an example about the brother and your ex-wife? Because you did say that. Now, I don't want to assume, but you did say that in one of your videos, and I was just wondering, is that real?
And is everything okay now?
Is everything okay with you?
We hope you don't take any of this personally, like all the stuff that you've thrown at other people.
Yeah. Please don't take it personally.
Yeah.
The fact that you're a piece of shit.
Because if you come and spit at me, you'd have to travel a long way to do that.
Yeah. I think he's.
He's lurking.
Oh, you gave him a chance. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like he'll accept these invitations and then like back out. I think at the last minute. I think he even admits that he used to do that. Oh, there's somebody on the panel that lies. Well, when you're such a complete and utter narcissist. Oh, by the way, he has a video saying, "Yeah, I am a narcissist." You can go check it out. You think everybody lies about you when you're a sociopathic narcissist like Steven.
Hey, dude, it sucks, man. Getting divorced sucks. Getting your heart broken sucks. I get it. And it can spill over into a lot of things. You know, you get to a certain age in your life and fucking things hurt, okay? Just back off a little bit. You know, find a little Zen action going on. You know, buy yourself some Q-tips, chillax, I don't know, watch some porn, whatever, dude.
Well, someone wants to know about those empty. Bleeker wants to know. I'm interested in that empty box of tissues.
Have we given up the nofap, Steven? Yeah, he used to. It's so funny because he was like, I'm going to let all this gaming stuff go, and here he is hanging out in my chat. Every video now is about the old school and how they're awful to him, except. Not only does he hate the old school in general, now he hates the BroSR, so he hates everybody's against him.
They're all liars. They lie about everything.
Poor Steven. Poor fucking Steven. Everybody's out to get him. All of his friends, people online can't get him. He can't find a good game.
We have an open seat.
Yeah, come on.
Gavin's not. He's taking a break, so we have an open seat.
Yeah,
come on,
come on down.
He's the dog in the traffic. That's I explained it. It worked every now and then. Some guys like this. Here's the dog's going to run out in traffic. One of these days, it's going to get hit. Yeah. That dog hops the fence all the time. Yeah. It's going to get hit. You're a dog in traffic. You're like you're looking to get hit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. He's definitely. But I don't know what do you want me to say, Condor? You make a video. It's easy pickings. You attack someone out of the blue, just like you did me and everybody else. We're gonna make fun of you.
Yeah.
You're a terrible YouTuber. You haven't figured out after all this time that quality matters. You don't want to put any quality into your videos, so you make 5 a day, where you just fire up the old camera and it's like stream of consciousness. How long you been at it? You should have stayed quitted, my friend. All right, let's look at this real quick. Yeah. All right, so this was also making the rounds. This is just so odd. Some of this stuff you don't know. Are they just saying this because it's on Reddit? Player wants the big bad evil guy to recite a monologue that they wrote. I'm a first-time DM and currently running a module that has deviated quite far from what the original source was. I've incorporated various PCs' backstories to entwine with one another and have an overarching big bad evil guy. One of the PCs now wants me to use specific dialogue in the final encounter with the big bad evil guy that would completely dissolve any shared connection with the other PCs in order for it to allow them to tie their character into a book they are writing. Wow. I have reservations on how to approach this, as it would ruin a satisfying ending. However, this character was spawned from their backstory. Any suggestions? Note, they've specifically written word for word how they would like me to say the final words of the big bad evil guy, which basically makes the big bad evil guy sound like a pawn. Wow.
It's an easy answer on that one.
3 words.
Let's hear it.
Order 66.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what can you say? People talk about DMs being out of control. Like Harmony's tweet was about, DMs that think they're God. This is a player who thinks they're God, or they're a God. In no way, shape, or form.
Chris is jetting.
Should you? Oh, take care, Chris.
Good night, Chris.
Yep. Good to see you again.
Thank you for all the super chats tonight.
Yeah. Baptism of fire, guys, on drive-through.
Great Father's Day gift.
Yep. Faux show. Yep. The freaking state of gaming. Yep.
You showed me something quite a while back. We talked about this a while ago, and I had it bookmarked, but I lost it.
I think I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't recall the name of the dude, but his argument was, his character dies, and he pulls the thing out of his back pocket. I'm like, no, my character doesn't die.
Yeah, that didn't happen. I remember that. Yeah, he was kind of like an effeminate, sort of guy. Next time the DM says, after a combat, and after the combat, your character dies, you can just say, no, that didn't happen.
I'm going to play my rewind card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you're pulling out the get out of jail free card.
Bleeker says he'd read at monologue, but in Donald Duck voice.
Donald Duck voice.
You know what? It reminds when he was saying like I want him to do it this certain way. It reminds me of that movie with Daniel Day-Lewis when he wouldn't let that twin.
Oh, yeah. There will be blood. Yeah. When he totally blew him off.
That. Yeah, you can give the blessing tomorrow. Then he cuts him off,
and then he had to get slapped around by him on stage. Yeah, Eli.
Yes.
Give me the blood, Eli. Give me the blood.
Very good.
Yes. Great movie. Crazy Mouse and I saw that together.
Saw that by ourselves. We're sitting outside waiting for a third person who just never showed up.
It's Gavin. It's Gavin and his woman. I drink your milkshake.
I drink it up.
The Bandy Tract.
This is my son, JW.
JW. I'm an oil man. See if there's anything else. George R. R. Martin calls out producers and screenwriters who change things from the books. Everywhere you look, there's more screenwriters and producers eager to take great stories and make them their own. It does not seem to matter whether the source material is written by Stan Lee, Ian Fleming, Roald Dahl, Ursula K. Le Guin, J.R. Tolkien, Mark Twain, Jane Austen, or, well, anyone. You didn't put yourself in there, fatty. No matter how major a writer is, no matter how great the book is, there always seems to be someone on hand who thinks they can do better, eager to take the story and improve on it. The book is the book, the film is the film, they will tell you, as they were saying something profound. Then they make the story their own. They make it better. They never make it better, though. 999 times out of 1,000, they make it worse. Yeah, well, there's a reason when they were following the books, your books, early on, the show became a cultural phenomenon. When you didn't want to write anymore, or at least give them like a 50-page treatment for where you saw it going, a little bit more detailed than what they did.
You know what? Think about this for a second. I'm not a writer, so I don't know how long it would take to write a book of that magnitude. But when the show started and it was a hit immediately, you could see HBO renewing it for another season, right? I mean,
So
sure. When he knew this story was coming to an end in his books, and the two Davids, right? Was that their name?
Yeah, Benioff
had to go out on their own. You had like that show, like you watched Arya grow up, like with 6 years, 7 years, 8 years.
Plus all the years before that, the ending of the last book.
So you had so much time to give them the material, and you just didn't do it.
I think he gave him like a real rough outline. Now I think they aren't blameless because they started to see like Star Wars money.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that showed at the end with the cups on the table from Curtsy Food Service. And all that other stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Water bottles.
Yeah, water bottles in the frame. Yeah, they just did not care. And the ironic thing is, because the show was so bad at the end, they didn't get the Star Wars job. No. So it's like, you got to finish what you start, boys.
Yeah, the last couple of seasons are trite.
Yeah, terrible. I mean, they should have gone on their own dime to George and been like, George, can you just help us out? You know, how do you see this going? This is you're going to get smeared if this goes bad. And you would hope George would have understood. Like I said, good Lord, even if they had to pay him.
We'll give you all the cheesesteak sandwiches you can handle. Just please write this.
Yeah. But George bitching about it is that is rich. As Evil Minion said, finish your book. To end up, the last book that he, in the series came out right before, I believe, the show started, like a year before, 2011, I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what Rogan was saying. So he had 11 or 12 years. Surly's doing the math for us. Not Panther math, but real math. He had 11 or 12 years to do this book.
The books were dynamic, frustrating, too many chapters, wrote himself in a handful of boxes all over the place. But honestly, they were very imaginative. They were remarkable books.
I mean, I know it's not the way the creative process works, but we're getting to the point now where we could almost say, like, he could write a small paragraph of like 3 sentences every day and have had this book done.
Oh yeah.
I mean, literally just get up and think of 3 sentences. I mean, I obviously I know that's not the way it works, but still, like if you look at the workflow, oh, holy shit, what are you doing? And I know it's like it's passé to, like, oh, George will finish it but good Lord.
No, he won't.
It's like nobody cares anymore. It's like after that garbage ending that could have whetted people's appetites, like, ooh, I wonder if the book will be a little bit better, a little different. Who knows?
And I don't care what anyone says. George R.R. Martin, he owns that as well.
Yeah,
he owns part of that. Those two dudes, they own it. They fucked everybody over for a money grab. But George, you're the grandpa here. Yep. You're the patriarch of this whole situation. You screwed the pooch.
Did he write the books for the new Game of Thrones, like the ones that they're doing on TV now, that starts in like 2 weeks?
I don't know. I don't know how involved he is in House of the Dragon.
But were those his books?
He did like a Targaryen, like, was it like a coffee table book or something? I don't know. He did something. But it's not. It isn't like a series. It was nothing like Game of Thrones. It doesn't really take so many books to retell the War of the Roses, but with dragons. Yeah, I think he would even admit that too, right, James? He's a history buff, and he definitely. But it would look. They were still good. They're starting already though to look a little dated because they are coming up on 30. It's coming up on 30 years.
Holy cow!
Since the first one, 1996, I believe.
Wait. What's 30 years?
Since the first book in the series.
From Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Not the movies, but the books?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's 5 books in 30 years, in a 30-year span.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. I think was a Great Goldworm said that Gary Nerdrotic has been keeping track. It's like 5,000 days now.
Holy cow.
I mean, I don't know how big the book's going to be. I mean, if it's 1,000 pages, that's about the limit of what you can release in a paperback, or like a hardcover / paperback. So I don't know what to say. Like I said, he could have done a small portion of a page every day if he'd have just kept to it.
If he just would have cut out, explaining to everybody what everyone ate or what their doublet looked like, he could have cut out easily, 200 pages from every book.
Well, I mean, some of that is good. Some of that is good. Gives detail to the world.
But every single person's doublet, every meal is this, and they ate this, and they, oh my God.
A trencher of bacon, please.
Yeah.
He definitely doesn't, I don't know.
The devil's in the detail. All that stuff is important. It is. But I
think the problem is he wrote himself into a corner.
He did.
He wrote himself into a corner on several things, and it's just not. It's not going to work.
I said a long time ago. He exercised his demons, and then he was done. His tank was empty.
Yep. Fire and Ice, great movie. Yeah, I just watched that again for the first time in a long time. Thetan, probably a couple months ago. Loved it. Yeah.
So also, in that picture right there of him with Jon Snow, does he not like how they portrayed Jon Snow?
I think he was upset. He was upset because everybody else was upset how the show ended. He was fine when they were paying him in the early seasons. And then HBO unwisely, he probably asked for too much money, and HBO said, we already sort of know how you want to end the books, so we're going to go ahead and, we're going to go on our own here, George. I think once they kind of cut him loose, then he was like, okay, everything from this point on is suspect. But it's like, he should have realized, like, you're the one that's going to get, your reputation is going to take a hit if the show fails now. So it's like you're sort of joined at the hip a little bit with it. Meanwhile, Tolkien and Led Zeppelin will still be awesome in 1,000 years. They're timeless. That's another thing too. When I said the books are starting to become a little dated, the sort of like, kind of anti-hero. The books are almost nothing but anti-heroes, and it was kind of refreshing. It's kind of like I equate it to like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, oh, a girl boss. This is different. Well, 27 years later or whatever, how's that looking for us? Every other movie that Hollywood releases is some ridiculous girl boss who's tossing around guys, to 200 pounds, heavier than her. And everybody's just, it seems so ridiculous. So these things that are kind of go against the grain, they're good in their time, maybe, but they don't stand the test of time. Like James just said, Tolkien, Led Zeppelin. Yeah, I mean, look, Tolkien is going to survive. Yep. And, Snake Oil Sean. Yep. Dunk and Egg stories. Those are actually, I like those because, Dunk is essentially a good, he's like a good, solid hero.
Yeah.
To me, that's why I was always kind of excited about that. Like, ooh, we might actually get a real, almost like Dudley Do-Right character, which I want to see, by the way. I'm through with the anti-hero. I mean, it had its day, and I still enjoy occasionally watching it. But good Lord, give me a good guy. Give me the white knight on a horse, the cowboy with the white hat riding in. I could do with a little of that.
There's nothing wrong with morality winning.
Right, yeah. That's a great point, Rogan, because that's exactly what it is. It's like, everything's on the table now, man. There is no heroism left anymore. Well, damn it, there can be in fiction.
Yeah. This is I don't know the history of writing books or anything like that. I just know what I like to read over the ages and stuff like that. And like the anti-hero thing's been around for a while now, but it's never been stronger. But
it's so played out and kind of cringy.
How much more? It's exhausting. No, there's nothing wrong with having a character with morality. Yeah, that person will go through trials and tribulations. Absolutely, that makes a book good. But sometimes you got to have the white hat guy win.
Yep. And then morally gray goo is tiresome. It is. It's becoming. I'm not saying there can't be the occasional good story here and there. I love the spaghetti westerns. Don't get me wrong. Some of my favorite movies, but that's kind of the genesis. John Wayne was not good with that stuff. He I don't think he had a problem with Clint personally, but I don't think he liked Clint taking those movies, the Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns. It's because John Wayne was very much like, no, there is morality. We are good guys. We don't shoot anybody in the back. We don't gun people down.
Like that Brady Bunch episode.
He was that was Jesse James. He's a mean, dirty killer. Right? Yeah.
Hey, you let all those nice people go.
Bang, bang. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's to me, if they would just realize there's money to be made by having a decent person. I'll even go so far, a decent man as your hero. I'm not saying women can't be, the stars, of course. Of course they can. But
is The Ballad of Buster Scruggs a good movie?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen
He's a white guy hero.
Mm-hmm.
To the best of my knowledge, to the preview that I saw. That is like an all-star cast in it too.
Buster, maybe I'll give it a shot.
I've never seen it. I've just seen snippets of it.
Chat, let us know. Buster Scruggs, good or bad?
I've seen bits and pieces.
James
of it.
Bacon says not
a good guy.
He's not a good guy.
Not a good guy. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, Surly Unicorn. How about a Mad Max movie without Mad Max? Well, yeah, and you know what? They're learning their lesson. Sorry, but it's like
Buster Scruggs is not a good guy. Thank you for clearing that up.
Well, now we know. Yeah, the Furiosa movie underperformed, and I'm telling you, it's like, you want a recipe for money? Pay Mel Gibson whatever he wants to come back for one last time as Mad Max.
Yeah,
it's a blank check for how much you want to you want to write yourself. Because people like me would get their ass up and go, "Oh, I'm going to see that movie in the theater. A, I want to see it. B, I want to support it. If it's good, I'll see it twice." Because everybody wants to see Mel as Max.
Yeah.
They want to see fucking Furiosa. It's
Dragon Shadow says Mad Max Furiosa was trash.
Was it? Okay, I've heard differing things. Some people are saying like, hey, it wasn't that bad. And it's almost the point is it's not that it's just a terrible movie. It's just it doesn't interest me and a lot of people because we're sick of it. It was a bait and switch with the 2015 Mad Max. Oh, we're going to see a Mad Max. Well, it doesn't have Mel in it. Let's see how the new guy does. And he's a co-star in his own movie.
Good night, Bob. Looks like Bob's
Yep.
leaving.
Yeah,
Good night, Bob. Thanks for joining us.
Hit that like button on your way out.
Yep. So it's like it's like we got the bait and switch with whatchamacallit. Is it Fury Road?
Right.
We got the bait and switch on that.
As a movie, I liked it, but my mind took it away. I'm like, it wasn't for me. It wasn't a Mad Max movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was just another post-apocalyptic movie that was dynamic to watch, but it wasn't a Mad Max movie.
Yeah, Kevin. Hey, how you doing, Kevin? Good to see you here, buddy.
Have Mel Gibson filming your Mad Max movie, call up Danny Glover and have him do another one for
another Lethal Weapon. Another Lethal Weapon. Yeah.
I'm all for it. Grab the cat.
Retired
Crazy Mouse is a Lethal Weapon fanatic.
I love Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Kevin Lamb says, as a counterpoint, we like to give this. You guys are missing out. Furiosa was great. Characters did not get the Kathleen Kennedy treatment. I'm telling you. Okay, fair enough. It's just that I don't know. I just don't know if I have the wherewithal. That's why I said I'm not saying it's a terrible movie. Don't go see it. I just don't have. I don't know. Maybe I'll see it in streaming.
I never really watched them. I watched the one with Tina Turner.
That's one of my
Thunderdome.
I love quoting the quotes out of that one. I love the best.
Yeah.
Jeff Hatch, shut your mouth.
What?
Shut your mouth. He says Mel is making it.
Which one? A Mad Max or a Lethal Weapon?
Lethal Weapon, really? Don't be leading him on like that, Jeff.
If it's not true, you're gonna break his heart.
Yeah.
We have a rule around here. Don't break the mouse's heart.
Yeah, it's little.
Yeah.
All right, he says he is.
All right.
I'm lining up tomorrow.
He'll be.
I'll be in Tinseltown tomorrow.
He'll be standing in line. They'll be like, "Sir, we're not anticipating that big of a turnout. Yeah, you don't need to do this."
Tell Mrs. Mouse I'm going on vacation. Where are you going? To the movies? When is it coming out? I don't know.
Yeah, Kevin says Furiosa's script was written before Fury Road was made, which is why it's lacking in all the modern garbage. Oh, that's a fair point. Fair point. Yeah. So like I said, it's not so much an indictment of the movie itself, but I want to see Mel. It may be a good movie without Mel, but I want to see Mel. I want that bookend now. I have such fond memories watching those as like a teenager, the original, and then
do you know that
Road
Robert
Warrior.
Downey Jr. gives Mel Gibson a lot of credit for helping him out of his recovery.
That video was awesome to watch.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, look. I think Mel had one bad night.
Yeah.
I mean, just like Kramer.
I've had a bad night. You know?
Everybody has.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta forgive him and move on. I mean, he's sort of getting forgiven. I mean, he's slowly getting back into the work, but he shouldn't have had to essentially go into exile for 10, 15 years, however long it's been. All the stuff he could have made. The dude is extremely talented. Can we see Patriot 2 37 years later during the War of 1812, says Sean. Yeah.
Great Goldworm says Lethal Weapon got lame. How many times did Roger's house get attacked? Move. And I know I've mentioned this
Getting doxxed
on the show before. Do you know that the house in Lethal Weapon is the same neighborhood? It's Margot and Todd's house in Christmas Vacation. It's the same.
I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah, it's the same neighborhood, and it's Margot and Todd's house.
And Nightwolf, good to see you, Nightwolf. Haven't seen you in a little while. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. Master Blaster. Yes. We in our D&D game, we have this huge, like I said, he's sort of based on a pro wrestler and a halfling in the same party. And Rogan keeps saying, so they're like Master Blaster, right? Not quite, but
who runs Bartertown? Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
Jeff, I never watched the TV show of Lethal Weapon. I never watched that. Just the movies.
Wouldn't be the same, right?
Correct.
Do you guys want to go over do you guys want me to do I promise it'll be a 10-minute recap of the Ricada stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna do the a real quick recap. Okay. I'll be like remember the guy in the commercials who used to talk really fast, speedy delivery guy or whatever.
The micro machine.
Yeah, the micro machine. Blah, blah, blah. If I could, I would do that. Okay. So last week we played this video. That's Nick, our old friend Nick Ricada, having a really, really bad time on stream. And I was like, holy shit, Nick, man, what the hell? We all loved you.
Is the color of his rings the same as those skulls' eyes?
I think it is, actually. Let's color match that to the skulls. All right, so we know, what is he doing there? Is there somebody under the table? Like, oh my God. His nose is red. Is your camera on?
Why is my camera still on?
All right, so we did that last week. Unbeknownst, like 2 days later, literally all hell broke loose. I mean, good Lord, there he is. That's him and his wife obviously a couple years ago. She is now 40. He is 42, I think.
Tattoos?
It looks like
yeah, it is. I think it's like a cherry blossom bush or something.
She's a pretty lady.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Because that's before the Coke.
Uh-oh.
All right, so they're doing their thing. They meet these two, Aaron Imholt of the Steel Toe Morning Show and his wife, April Imholt. They meet at a comedy show, hit it off, start hanging out together, and then the specter of wife swapping is brought up. So Nick ends up with the blonde April, and Aaron there ends up with Mrs. Rackets. So they are living for like 4 or 5 months in a swinger house. Now keep in mind, Nick has 5 kids.
Oh God.
Aaron has 3, but he was divorced from his first wife. So April here is the stepmom. They did a hot tub stream where everybody's like, are these guys swingers now? Everybody was like, so Kiwi Farms was on this right from the get-go. These guys are swingers. Holy shit. What's going on? But they were like, no, we're not. Come on now. Again, you see both women, very lovely. Again, this is probably before it got really, really bad, but holy shit. Then we see what happens after a couple of months of heavy coke use. At that time, this Aaron in the front left there, he says, this is too much, guys. I'm out. I got kids. I don't like what I'm seeing. The drug use is too heavy. I'm leaving. Nick goes ballistic, tells him to go kill himself. And then they must have just started to like amp everything up. They must have amped everything up.
Wow.
Because 2 days after the stream, or maybe it was the day after, they get arrested.
Fuck.
As you can see, Mrs. Rackets looking a little ragged.
She looks a little ragged.
Holy
He looks
cow.
cleaned up.
He does. He looks better here than he did in the video. And that's, of course, April. Now, the charges against April in the end there, the blonde, dropped. And then this is when that Aaron started to drop all the tea. He started to talk about the swinging, the drugs, basically saying like, all right, if you a-holes are going to get arrested and kind of drag everybody else down with you, time to... and he has been going on every show. He needs to kind of shut up now a little bit. But I do think he's essentially telling the truth. He's saying like, yeah, this is all true. So they get arrested. Here's the application for the search warrant. I'll get to the highlighted area here. It was reported that the Imholts may have been staying with the Ricadas. Well, at that point, April was, and the home was in disarray and cluttered. It was reported from a church preschool teacher, who I guess is a mandated reporter, that the children had complained of being hungry, not being fed, and wearing the same clothes for 3 to 4 days at a time, and would start to smell. Nick was reported to being lethargic and appeared to be high on drugs, driving a car around. Oh, shocking. Another individual advised a report. They reported that Nick will walk out randomly during sermons at church and have noticed behavioral changes in him. Was alleged Kayla looks anorexic. She does. Nick lost weight too. Nick had, they said injection or track marks on his arm. I think he was like picking at it like a drug addict. Allegedly. Got to watch myself here. Possible neglect and or controlled substance use. It's consistent with. Then Robert Barnes got involved. He's a constitutional lawyer who's kind of a grifter. Kyle Rittenhouse. He was on his team before Kyle Rittenhouse said, nah, I don't like this guy. So all of LawTube is like taking sides. Robert Barnes is team Ricada. This potentially criminal Sean is like, guys, we saw what we saw. Nick is in a bad way. And we have the testimony now of Aaron Imholt, who's confirming everything that Kiwi Farms is saying. Legal Mindset is crossing over now and like being critical of Nick. All these are kind of like former friends, colleagues. What? The worst is it intersects with a legendary lolcalc, Christian Weston Chandler, who created the character Sonichu, who is a combination of Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog. So apparently this medallion he has is getting sent around. Somehow I think somebody got a hold of it, and it's making around. It's reported to be cursed. Anybody who has it, like I think somebody got it and died, like some YouTuber. Christian Weston Chandler was kind of the impetus for Kiwi Farms. Don't feel too sorry for him, because everybody's like, oh, they made a whole website at first making fun of him. Well, now it's about a lot of people. But don't feel too sorry for him. He got arrested for having sex with his 79-year-old mother. So I'll just leave that there. But guess who got the cursed Sonichu medallion a little while ago? Nick, this is a great meme. Cast it into the fire and destroy it. No. So he put it on, and sure enough, a couple months later, his life is in complete disarray. These are private chats that just got released. EVS released this, and this is the end here. So we're down to like the last 2 minutes. EVS released these. These are in a private room, and I guess this is Yellow Flash, the YouTuber Yellow Flash. And of course, all these people used to be friends, but some people are calling Nick out on his shit. You know what track marks are, retard. I've never done an IV drug in my life. That's Nick talking. Yellow Flash, you're doing coke at 8 a.m. with your kids watching cartoons in the living room. What the F are you talking about? 8 a.m., homie? I'm usually driving home at 8 a.m. and about to go to sleep. So Nick is not owning this at all. He posted bond, got released, and he is defiant. I do not have a problem, essentially. Yellow Flash says, is that driving blasted out of your mind? Like the report says, no, you effing idiot. No one sees me drive. Yellow Flash counters, I know it's hard to see someone when they're driving 88 miles an hour, 4 hours after a bender. Again, what are you talking about? Are you referring to a speeding ticket? Nick says, my dad's helping with the driving the other day. He doesn't care what other people think about almost anything, but he says the kid stuff is BS. I'm pretty sure I know who reported that, and they have specific animus towards me. The first activity I missed for my kid was the day I was in jail. Shocking, not pulled over for a DUI ever, never questioned. Anyway, whatever issues exist. I'm not admitting to shit during my case, obviously. I figured a friend of mine. Nick is one of those guys who really thinks he's smarter than everybody in the room, so he probably won't get help until it gets really, really bad, like a medical issue. My kids have never been neglected, yet I think he may be trying to suppress the body cam footage of the officers. In that search warrant report or the arrest report, they say that the house was a pigsty, essentially. And I think Nick is trying to get that suppressed because, as we all know, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Yes. So everybody's trying to get a hold of this footage, and all these people like Dick Masterson and everybody else who are trying to defend Nick and go down with him because he's obviously has a problem. And all he has to do is say, I have a problem, people. This stuff got away from me, and I'm going to try to do better. Yes. Guess what? Everybody's on your side immediately. I'm going to need help. You guys going to keep me in line?
Everybody likes a good story of redemption, and everyone wants that opportunity.
Yeah,
they sure do.
Yep. Here is the last one, I think. My kids never went hungry or neglected. Here he's telling Yellow Flash to K himself, just like he told Aaron Imholt. Nick has an anger problem. I don't know what to believe. You become a junkie. Yes, he has. And they're not the most honest people. I've been on stream. He's calling out Yellow Flash, who used to kind of be borderline alcoholic. And then Yellow Flash, who has his own issues, but he says, I stopped that because it was getting bad. You need to admit that you have a problem. And then Nick's just saying, becoming a junkie. Wow. All right, thanks. So there it is.
Wow. Holy cow.
1 week. I mean, you can follow all this on Kiwi Farms. Everybody gives Kiwi Farms shit, but they were ahead of this a year ago. They're like, Nick doesn't look right. He's on stream. You know, look coked out of his mind.
Wow.
And then they see these Imholtz. They're like, are they swinging? I think they're swinging. And that Aaron Imholtz said, yeah, you guys were right about, you know, almost everything. But oh well. The Chris Chan was originally tricked out of his medallion by trolls pretending to be a woman interested him on the... Okay, thank you, Dragon Shadow. I never quite understood how it went from him to outside. That is a really funny meme, though. Mr. Corbett, addiction is a tough demon. Yes, it is. But good Lord, how could you not look at yourself after a couple days of sobriety, like that stream we showed, and just say, oh my God, that's embarrassing?
Well, even more, you know, hey, you got fucking kids in your house, dude. Seriously? For fucking both of them?
5 kids, yeah.
You know,
Five
the
kids,
husband
yeah.
and the wife, for fucking real. Seriously. Not one of them had the fucking sense to back the fuck off, take the kids away, and get them safe.
No. Nope, none of them. So
I'd fucking die for my kids. I mean, it doesn't matter how old they get, no matter how old I get. I would
Griff.
never crunch my children in a situation like that. That's an impossibility. Hey, and I've got issues. Like, we all have issues. Man, I got problems. But holy fuck, dude.
Yep. I agree.
No fucking way.
All right, so there you go. It's a fascinating story. I mean, it really is. And in the world of YouTube, it's like I said, Kino Casinos, you know, covering it. They've been on it too, kind of like Kiwi Farms, Kino Casino, Andy Worski, and Ashton. They've been on it. They're doing a great job. But yeah, I'll keep following it. I don't know if stuff happens, I'll pop it in at the end of streams or something like that here and there. Just because I do like to, authoritative news at my house isn't a crack den. I'm just lazy.
It's honest.
Yeah. It definitely was good to see Griff and Harmony here earlier. Guys are welcome.
Adam, yeah, hey,
Adam too,
yeah,
you piece of garbage, and Steve,
hey,
Steven.
thanks for, make sure you hit the like button, like we said earlier.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Because we bumped your viewing up. We know we did.
Yep. We'll do the ice cream girl next week. I will have that queued up. All right.
She'll still be just as popular.
All right, let's do 15 minutes of auto enrolling. The boys were missing it. I think some of them were. So those of you that want to nope out, we're going to do maybe 15, 20 minutes of our live play and then get out of here. Thanks everybody for
Thank you so much, everybody.
Great meat of the show here, if I may use that term. And those of you that want to stick around.
Yeah, and Double D's working on a guest show for next week.
Yeah, Cal, if you saw my message, we'll try to get you on. I'll try to get Harmony on.
If
who knows?
Cal
Maybe
starts later. Maybe we can just book.
Yeah, we'll do Harmony first.
Yeah,
maybe we get Griffith on. See, Griffith hates the BroSR with a passion. Griffith is old school. Like he's like connected to he's got lineage to Dave Arneson, so he hates the BroSR.
Shirley says he's ready.
Yep.
Oh,
already. There you go. All right, here we go. We're gonna go over to the live play, guys. So we'll see you over there. If you guys are the rest of you guys that don't want to watch that or noping out, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Thanks as always for all the super chats and all that stuff.
Much appreciated.
Love you guys.
Yep.
Love you all.
Thank you for sharing this time with us.
Yeah, even you, Steven and Adam.
Yeah.
Butch and Woim from the Little Rascals.
Be like one of those things, like at a party, like who invited them?
Yeah.
Did you bring them? Who gave you my address?
Yeah, who gave you my address?
If you spit on me, I'll spit on you.
Promo.
I like it already.
Greg's.
I like the
Here they are, the boys.
Now that's an intro.
That's an intro. That's thanks to Greg Gillespie. He even popped in for a little cup of coffee earlier. I know he's busy, but good to see Greg.
That was so metal.
See you, Gary. Good to see you, my friend. All you guys taking off. Hope you have a great rest of the night and a great weekend. Cal is here for it all. All right. Well, boys, you know where you're at, right?
Yeah.
You're in the
set, having a good time.
yeah. You
Washing
guys got
dishes.
you're in the basement.
Scullery.
Yeah, there's the high priest one.
That guy's in Buster Scruggs.
Oh, Clancy is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Nice.
He's an American icon.
For sure.
He's in Bad Boys.
Tweety.
Oh yeah, he gets the soda cans in a sock treatment, doesn't he?
Is that him?
Or is that the boom box? Does he get the?
He gets the boom.
He gets
He gets the boom box. Yeah. Yeah. That's the highest priest you've seen, Zethrak. But there's one higher. Xarok, Xarok, the Undying. You don't know what you've never seen him yet. All right, but you guys have been put to work in the kitchens. If you recall, there's a tower, of course. And you, real quick, that kind of was the layout. You saw a center with like a big statue, but you kind of went down into the basement. Okay. And this is what you guys see, if you can see the map. All right, so 2 and 3 are the kitchens and the storage. That's where they put you to work. 4 is the dining hall down there. Okay. Now, Rogan, I think Roland met, just a guy who was just kind of across from you.
Right.
Didn't say much, Jorvik. But you...
Double D, can I stop 1 second?
Yeah.
Matthew wants to know what's this segment of the show. This is a live play that we do from Dragon Slayer. It's called The Adventures of Otto and Roland.
Yep. I kind of will wonder, do I give the full recap? So maybe I'll do that like once a month or something. But yeah, you can kind of pick it up on the fly. These guys were on the run from the law. They're now in a new continent, trying to start a new life. And there's a temple of Set here. Oh my!
And we got a job as dishwashers.
Well, they agreed to join the temple, but it's not as easy as like, oh, you guys, you're going straight to the top. They're like, all right, well, let's put these guys to work, see if they're serious, and if they're not.
Yes, we've been compared to the Duke boys.
Just some good old boys.
I will say this is sort of interactive. We do pay attention while we're playing. It's I'll say it's a straight up story, quote unquote serious, but we do fart around and occasionally we take suggestions even. All right, so I think you went through your first day essentially on the job, right, guys?
We finished our first day, and I think we were at the nighttime.
Yeah, so that's good because once you had kind of like cleaned up the kitchen and that, they say, all right, one of the guys comes down. It's like you keep getting like different people. Like people are kind of like blending together. Like, oh, who's this guy? I've never seen him before. This temple is it's bigger than you think. But they're like, all right, time to go in, time to turn in for the night. Let's go. So, Otto, you see, you're the girl that you were talking to, Cassia, whose family apparently gave her to the Temple of Set.
Mm-hmm. And she's very excited about it.
Yeah, she's a true believer, I guess. She takes her things off. She says, well, it's time for us to turn in and do our studies. She just says, just get yourself cleaned up a little bit.
Will do.
Same with you on over in the other corner, Roland. They lead you, once you guys are cleaned up, and let me know if you need to stop or want to, go somewhere. One thing you did notice, okay, when you were serving, at the dining hall bringing the stew and all that stuff. There is a door at the end of that hall that was impressive looking. It had like a large carving of Set. It kind of just kind of seemed a little, I guess you might say, ominous. The whole place is a little ominous, but it kind of looked like a dark, lonely door down there. That's just an aside. So they take you from 2, which is the kitchens, 3 is the storage, and they lead you, and you think, oh, maybe we're going upstairs, but no. They lead you down the hall to 5.
What rule system are we using? We're using
Dragon Slayer. Yep. Greg Gillespie's game. There you go. Good game. Old school. It's basically just first edition mixed with some basic, kind of a hybrid of the two. They bring you down the hall, put you in 5. And now this is obviously a bunk room.
Double D, I did have a question about number 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Across the hallway from the door of number 4, is that like another door?
No.
What is that?
Yeah, it might just be an imperfection in the
It
whatchamacallit.
makes it
Oh,
look
right
like
in the corner there.
No,
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The white line, yeah. I think
It looked like a secret door, or
I would not be giving you that information. No, it's well, you can look for secret doors if you want, but no, that's as far as the map goes, you didn't notice anything there. It just kind of looked like a hall. But as always, let me know.
Overkill says get the Kool-Aid ready and new sneakers.
$5 in the front pocket, right?
Yeah.
Diabetics by L. Ron Hubbard. Diabetics. See, he brings it together, meat. All right, so you're taken into 5 guys. Not 5 guys. To 5 guys.
Now I'm hungry.
All the kitchen staff's in here, and you're starting to see like some guard trainees too come down. So overall,
what's the ratio of guys to girls?
Definitely more guys.
Yeah,
but there's probably
Cassie is not the only girl.
No.
Okay.
We'll say there's probably 20 people in here, and maybe 6 are women.
Okay. Are we all relatively the same age-ish?
You're 10 towards the younger, but there's a couple of older folks here too. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, you trending towards the younger. This priest comes in, the same one that rousted you from the kitchen. You have no idea who it is, but they're like, all right. Written on the wall, you see, etched in stone. He like taps it. We must give our prayers and our thanks. Oh, mighty Set. And you're just kind of like, oh, mighty Set. Oh, tenace I am. Lord of shadows and serpents, we beseech your dark power. Guide us through the night. Grant us the cunning of the serpent, and shield us from the eyes of our enemies. Let your cold wisdom flow through us, and may your eternal nightfall bring us strength and dominion. Hail Set, the eternal darkness. He says, you 3. He points to you 2, and then maybe someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Just a guy. He gives you like a small book. Your prayer books. Begin your studies.
Thank you.
I'm not.
Yep.
As you wish. He leaves a a couple jugs of water and like a couple of cups on a table. There's beds in here. They don't seem terribly uncomfortable. They seem okay. There's a privy. That's what that long area in the corner is.
Okay.
They have like a hole dug.
Hail Cobra.
Hail Cobra. Yeah. He goes out the door. Roland, can you make... Is it?
Just like after in that movie from Star Wars when Rey gives Luke the lightsaber, he throws it over his shoulder. There goes the books.
Yeah. Party! Make a listen roll. Should be on your second part of your sheet. If it's 1 to 2, I think maybe that's on a die 6 there, Crazy Mouse. Is that what, do you have like a listen?
Wait, you want me to do it? I'm sorry. I thought you asked Roland.
I'm sorry. It's a thief. It's a thief thing. So Otto, go ahead and do that. Yeah.
So roll a...
What does it say on there? Yeah, I don't have my copy in front of me. Do you have like
listen, hear noise 1 to 2 die 6?
Yeah. So roll die 6 if you could.
5.
Okay. Yeah. So he just leaves. Everybody just after he leaves.
Was that 1 to 2 is what I needed to roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. To hear something you. You essentially have like a 33% chance, at least at low levels, I think. Yeah, so he leaves and everybody else just kind of, you can tell there's a little bit of relaxation now. It's like, oh, okay, the boss man is gone. So a lot of people just hit the bunks. It seems like they have like their own, assigned, but there are a couple in the corner, 2 together that don't seem to be taken. The new guy just kind of goes over and he picks one kind of in the middle of everybody. And he seems like real pumped up about this. Like, tell me more. So he's reading his prayer book. Let me know if you want to read yours or you're just going to pretend to read it or whatever.
I'm going to read it in case that we get quizzed.
Okay.
I will read it as well.
All right. You kind of like learn like the history of, it would be like the mythology of the religion of Set, but before the rise of humanity and chaos, the serpent god Set emerged from the darkness. It marked the beginning of order, from the chaotic world, coiled his immense snake body around the world, filled the world with life, including the holy serpents, and other creatures as his first children, bestowed his followers with knowledge and dark magic, those high enough, and taught them ways to harness the energies that he put into the world. And basically it's kind of like, the Set is always fighting, the other gods,
Night Wolf.
See you, Night Wolf. So it seems like from what you're gathering, Otto, that he's kind of like the creator and guardian of the world as they see it.
Okay.
So,
from a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view. All right. So what do you want to do? It seems like, a couple people are going up, drinking some water. It's like a communal cup, some are of course hitting the privy. But some are just kind of already almost like half asleep.
Someone next to me that's not the new guy, whether it be girl or guy, I don't care. Did you read the book? Did you study it?
It's a guy, and he's like, "Oh yes, very important." This guy seems to be like one of the guards, one of the newer guards. He's like, "Yes, it's a very, very inspiring book. I keep it in my, next to my heart. I refer to it for everyday problems." He seems like a true believer. He says, "If you have any questions, let me know. Did you read the first passage? Which is essentially what I just told you."
Yep.
It's like, and how did that make you feel?
It moved me.
Yes, his coils are great, are they not?
Yes. And I think, and I'll ask him, is there... Oh, the mouse is back.
Look who's back.
Holy cow. I'll say,
back.
is it required that we read this all in one night?
He says no. They will give you a few days, but they will they will ask you questions, and it's best to I've found to read ahead.
All right, I'll read a couple of the How many chapters would you say? Like it's like 20 pages.
It's more like a 30-page book.
I'll read like half.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Roland?
I'm going to read as well. Maybe I'm not. Well, I'm close enough to hear your discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not going to.
All right.
I'll listen.
He'll read the second half.
Between the two of us, we're good.
You got discovered. Yeah. Well, no. I'll read. I'll get a sip of water, use a privy, sit down.
Snake oil, Sean says, spoil the ending.
Rip the last page out.
Yeah. Rip the last page. Damn. Don't know how it ends. All right. So, yeah, you're reading, but you notice at some point, like the torches, except for one, which they keep on near the privy, All the others are extinguished, so it's mostly dark. Essentially, like what would be essentially like a nightlight. Is there anything you want to do at night? You know, as you notice, everybody seems to fall into a pretty heavy sleep after a day's worth of work. But you guys are young bucks.
I can't think of anything, to be honest. Like other than reading and going to bed.
Right, not right now.
All right.
Curl up.
A deity of few words, 30 pages. It's a choose your own adventure book.
They don't want to overwhelm them, guys. I mean, come on. It's like if they hand them, like a 1,000-page book, they're going to be like, "Oh, I'm out of here." Check please.
Check this book out. It's called Diuretics. It'll change your life.
All right, so you have to sort of let me know. I'll let you know. All right, so in the morning, they come get you, and the first thing they say to you guys is like, "Hey, you two, and the other new guy, upstairs."
Okay.
Up and at him.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and this is like another priest. It's like you can't get used to any of them.
I will subconsciously just let you know. I'm constantly rating everyone we're seeing. Can I take this dude? That's in my mind. I'm just, I'm.
I mean, you're young, dumb,
Yeah,
full of cum.
absolutely.
You probably sense you could take him, but
but I'm, to everybody, I'm just trying to like gauge and just in case shit goes down. Can I take this dude?
They take you outside, so it's a beautiful day actually outside. You are you're outside.
Travis, in keeping with the Z theory at set, his name is Brother Zephus.
Zeppo. That's, you remember you're in those behind those walls. But it is kind of tropical, nice warm breeze. The sun is shining, so it doesn't kind of seem all bad out here. But you do notice there is sort of an oppressive air in that place, for sure. What they have you do is they have you sit in the grass, and they give you 2 small stakes each to wrap around your arms, and they say the prayer.
I'll say the prayer as best I remember it.
Yep.
Yeah, well, make an intelligence roll here. See if you can remember the words. Remember, you're trying to roll under your intelligence score on a die 20.
Holy shit!
I rolled an 11.
I rolled a perfect 20.
All right, you fuck it up. And the big worm goes around the thing, and then it goes in the thing, and you get thwacked on the back of the neck by this guy, the guy that you were sizing up. So you already don't like this guy. Okay. Let's give this guy a name.
Yeah.
Let's give him a name.
Brother Zephus.
Do I have any more Z's?
Let's give him a last name, Perlone.
Inside joke. Tharn.
Tharn.
You hear somebody call him Brother Tharn. Call him the priest that Roland hates. Because he smacks you good. You fuck up once, and he just keeps going at you. Okay?
Everyone, pick one person out, make an example of them. That's how you crowd control.
When I see...
So these snakes are wrapped around your wrist, by the way. They're smaller snakes, okay? But you're kind of getting used to it.
When I see Roland struggling, and I made my roll, I'll speak louder the prayer, as if to drown out his...
Yeah, doesn't work with this guy. He's too practiced at this. This is like kind of like a drill sergeant almost. You kind of get that impression with him. Fagland. Only 2 things come from Fagland. You kind of have to struggle through it.
It's all right.
Oh, this one's for Ryan. He'll be a thorn in your side.
These guys, I tell you. All right, so here's what they do. You spend an hour out in the sun. These snakes just kind of get to know you. When he hits you, Rogan, the one kind of nips at you and bites a little. Right. These are like smaller snakes, and you're like, oh shit. But you can tell it's not fatal. It's just like, it's like kind of numbed your hand a little bit. So every time you screw up, you're always wondering, are these snakes going to bite? They do say when they come get you after you've essentially memorized this prayer, which is what they're making you do, they're like, now kiss the gift of Set.
I lean in to roll it. I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah, he means like kiss the snakes. The snakes, dummy, kiss the snakes. Get your hands out of my trousers.
I thought you said trouser snake. Yeah, I'll fulfill it.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Yeah. It's got to be weird, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking for a way out.
You're already.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You're on to the next thing that you can tell. They got this down. Like they're keeping you guys busy all the time.
Oh, I'm sure of that.
I'm always on the lookout for hallways, things of that nature, because I'm always interested in where are these massive jewels.
Yeah.
That
I
is
imagine
like
you would be, yeah.
something that I'm always just thinking of. So I'm thinking of at the end of the great feast hall, that door at the end. That looked out of
Oh, yeah,
place.
that definitely got your attention.
Yeah, I'm thinking of things like that.
So you and a couple of the other penitents, and just a couple of call them just like regular, lay people or whatever in the church, they take you in, and guess where they take you? Into that center room 12.
Oh, with a giant snake?
Yeah. Yep.
So we're in room 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a giant hole in the floor. There's an altar there. There's a giant statue of a snake.
At the other
set, yes. But they give you like a bucket of water. Everybody gets a bucket of water and essentially like a deck pad to scrub the floors.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, make it shine for our blessed Set.
Right away.
Yeah, we'll do.
Now, there is a guy in the room with you. It's not the same sergeant. It's another one. He just kind of gets a chair and is just kind of has his arms folded, and you can kind of tell already, he's already kind of like nodding off. Everybody else just seems to be doing the floor, scrubbing the floor. What do you guys want to do?
I'm going to scrub the floor, but make my way over to the statue.
Okay.
Is that a reference to Double D?
It is, yeah. It's on the hill, yeah. Good one, Travis. Yeah, can you try to move or hide, whatever you want to, whatever you think would be best?
Cleaning, and as I'm cleaning, I'm just inching my body over to that.
Yeah.
Thing.
What, can you move silently there? Is that a percentage?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's see if you can do it without attracting any attention. I'll even give you a bonus of 10%. Okay. So what are we looking for here?
Well, I rolled an 11.
Ah, perfect.
So, it was 37.
Yep. So easily done. You can kind of just silently glide over, and you're going near the statue, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a good look at that thing.
Okay. Well, the ceiling here is quite high to fit this statue. It's like 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's just like a regular stone statue.
Mm-hmm.
You can see up at the top, there are two green eyes up there. You're not sure, what they're made out of. To you, they look like gems.
Yeah.
But just the statue itself is so intricately carved, like every scale is detailed. Like it almost looks real. But now that you're over here, you can look down there, and now that you're kind of close to it, Otto, it smells. You're looking.
The pit smells?
Yeah. So what you're seeing here is you're seeing an altar there, and then kind of hidden, not hidden, but you didn't really maybe notice it before. It's kind of built in pretty good. Is just a set of narrow steps kind of up near that altar that kind of follow the curve of the circle of 13 and descend down into the pit. That must be how people get down in there from here.
And can I see the bottom?
It's kind of hard right now because the torches around here are not lit, but you get a sense that, yeah, I mean, it's probably a good like 25 feet down, and it stinks a little bit. Yeah. There's nothing like bones or anything down there, but it just kind of stinks, like that sort of zoo smell. Yeah. Anything you want to do? Anything you want to do, Roland, too?
I'm just going to keep scrubbing. I'm watching him, but I'm going to keep scrubbing because I have a feeling that if it's not up to task, I'm going to get whacked again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep making my way around the whole circle like Epcot. I'm going to Epcot this shit.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, it is kind of a perfect circle, and it's obviously, this is where it's a big chamber for, they must do something in here. But you don't, obviously the biggest focal point is that statue in the altar and the stairs going down. The guy is sound asleep, like snoring, by the way. Everybody else is just kind of doing their job. Just,
Well, I'm going to keep cleaning all the way around till I can get back to Roland.
Right. Which you do.
And I'll tell him huge gems for eyes in that snake. And I'll tell him that's either like his outhouse down there. I didn't see bones, but I couldn't see the bottom, but it smells so bad.
Steako Sean wants you guys to put in transfers. Can we get off
kitchen.
of it?
How can I do him a guard?
Well, you can ask. All right, so the guy wakes up, says, how did you lot do? He starts walking around like he's been awake the whole time. Missed a spot.
I'll run right over and clean that one up.
He thwacks you with his little, essentially like switch, on the back of the head. Not quite as hard as that one guy hit, as Tharn hit Roland, but thwacks you. Damn right. Set will be displeased.
No, he will be pleased. Look how clean.
I can see myself in this. All right. So they say, all right. Go down to the kitchens and, report in, for your duties.
I will say absolutely better than going and cleaning that outhouse, huh?
He says, what did you say?
Down that pit. The smell.
He grabs you and says, you best get used to that smell. That is the holy smell.
Oh. I wouldn't have it any other way is what I meant. Well, now I know it's the holy smell. So my plan was to get that.
Good to know.
It's like, all right. Now it's weird because he just kind of says, now go to the kitchens. Everybody just kind of files out and then goes from 2, if you can see that, and then towards 8, which are the stairs down into the dungeons where the kitchen is. But you notice nobody is now following you. Like he's in there doing whatever.
He who smelt it dealt it, says me. Well,
all I'm saying is you're sensing an opportunity because the barn boss is not around.
I want to go and check out that door at the end of that hall. Remember from the dining hall?
Yeah.
So, which is right next to the kitchens.
Yeah. So you're going to follow them down into the dungeon, correct? Because that's where it was.
But many paces behind.
Yeah. Understood. All right. And sure enough, they go in the kitchen and everybody...
So we're coming downstairs, number 1?
Yep. And everybody already seems to be in the kitchens and there's nobody there. In fact, you don't hear a lot of activity. It's just the kitchens.
I will tell Roland to go into the kitchens and I will run to the end of the hallway past the door at number 4. All
right. Let's see what's behind that door next week.
Ooh,
good time to stop. It's 10:05. We've held these guys long enough. I think Crazy Mouse. I think if you leave the mouse just to sit for a while, it'll essentially go like dormant, and then I just click the mouse wheel and it comes back. I think that'll bring it back to life. So just remind me of that next time.
What's the mouse wheel? The actual wheel?
On mine. Yeah, that's once it like stops, it'll like kind of freeze, and then you just kind of click that to wake it up. Well, I think waking it up will also bring it back to life, as far as we're concerned. So, all right, good job, boys.
Good night, everybody.
Good
yeah.
night.
Yep. All right.
Next
love you.
week, celebrity show. Upset 8-year-old twins trying to get an ice cream cone.
Yes, we'll do that one.
That was
I'll
awesome.
make sure. Yeah. I'll make sure. I was gonna say we could do it now if we wanted to, but let's that would be unfair to the people that noped out. So, all right, guys, I love you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah, we'll take care.
Laughs.
Yes, indeed. Good evening. Thank you all the hardcores for hanging out. Love your input even during Otto and Roland.
Absolutely.
Makes us chuckle.
Oh.
Makes us
I
chuckle.
made 2 of my 3 Otto and Roland rolls.
I rolled a perfect 20.
Perfect 20 when you didn't want to.
All right. I took the whack.
And we have a new enemy.
Yes.
Thorn.
Tharn. 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 All right, guys.
You're giving me the fever tonight. I don't wanna give in. I've been playing with fire. You forget I've seen you work before. Take 'em straight to the